Turtle Gang, hit that like button as you come in. Dolly.
Oh, hey, you, what you gonna do? Feeling in a weekend kind of mood. Don't even try staying at home. I know you're a bad girl trying to be good. Looking so hot, looking so fine. Baby, for tonight, I want you to be mine. We're going for a ride. Oh, we're going for a ride. So won't you come on out with me? Forever young and free. So won't you come on out with me? There's no place I'd rather be. Together we'll escape deep into the night. Just do whatever that feels alright. So won't you come on out with me? So won't you come on out with me? Oh hey you, what you gonna say? I just wanna take you far away. Don't go to sleep, staying in bed. Gonna pick you up, so be ready to play. You're looking so hot, looking so fine. Baby, for tonight, I want you to be mine. We're going
Turtles!
for a ride.
What is good?
We're going for a ride.
It's your boy Dolly back in the house.
Won't you come on out with me? Forever young and free. So won't you come on out with me?
Hit that like button as you come in.
I'd rather be. Together we'll escape deep into the night. Just do whatever that feels alright.
We're already at 100 likes.
Come on out with me.
Let's get it up to 3.
Come on out with me. So come on out, yeah.
Good to see all you beautiful people jumping in the room so quickly.
No, no, no. Close your eyes. Let me show you the best of my world. Hold me tight.
Thank you, Penny.
Making memories, let's do this together. Flying high.
We'll get into that, Amanda.
Girl, I want you by my side. I want you by my side. So won't you come on out with me? Forever young and free. So won't you come on out with me? There's no place I'd rather be. Together we'll escape deep into the night. Just do whatever that feels alright. So won't you come on out with me? So won't you come on out with me? So please come on out, yeah. So won't you come on out now, baby, please? Now won't you come on out with me? Ooh, please come on out.
Turtles! It is good to see all my beautiful people. It's your boy Dolly. Okay, so I know a lot of you people were concerned. Thank you guys for all the well wishes and checking on me, making sure everything was okay with me and my kid. Okay, if you're tuned in yesterday, the show ended with a call from my phone to my daughter. She was in the mall and there was an active shooter case. Okay, so she had locked herself in the back room of a store with her and her co-worker. Okay, so I get the call. It's my daughter. We're live. And she's like, Dad, there's an active shooter in the mall. Okay. I'm freaking out. I end the stream. I immediately get on the phone with 911, right? I'm panicking. You know, what do? I'm here. She's there. And I don't have a ride right this second. So I was thinking, okay, I don't have no way to get there. So I was just panicking. Just straight panicking. I was on the phone with the 911 operator. This lady was calm as a whistle. Thank God for this 911 call operator. She was calming me down. So she was good at her job. I'm just going to say that. She's like, look, there is an active shooter. There is shots at the mall. Police are there. Multiple paramedics on their way. She's like, calm down, remain calm. You know, she's like, where's your daughter? What's her name? Where is she hid in the mall? You know what I'm saying? So apparently there was so much confusion going on with what was actually happening at the mall. Okay. People were running, screaming shooter and things of this nature. So nobody quite knew what was happening, but the employees of stores were hiding. Okay, they were literally locking themselves in the rooms, closets, wherever they could get, and they have a protocol for stuff like that to evacuate the stores. So Tiff was calling while her coworker was calling me, while her coworker was on the phone with 911. Okay, so apparently, so they told me that they had me on the phone. They were keeping me in contact with what was going on at the mall. So at the time that I was on 911, they didn't exactly know what was going on. They just knew there had been shots fired at the mall. Okay. So as it comes out, Tiff gets evacuated from the building. When she comes out, she sees a bunch of paramedics in the food court. Okay. And she says it is lined with police with like machine guns, rifles, all the way through the mall. Okay. Because they finally came up through the back door of where they were hid in this utility room and escorted them out the mall. So from that point, Tiff drives away from the mall, calls me, lets me know she's out of the mall. The police have escorted her out the mall, that the mall is surrounded by the police, that there's police inside with machine guns, there's paramedics and things like that, and she believes people are shot. Come to find out, I'm not even sure if anybody got shot, but there was a shooting, okay? And I believe the shooting was outside of the mall, but coming into the food court, okay? The food court area, which this mall has a glass front, has this elevator thing in the front, and the food court actually sits upstairs, okay? So I'm not quite sure if it happened right outside the elevator of the mall, a shooting took place, but from what I understand, the person that fired the shots fled, okay, on foot, from my understanding of what's going on. Either way, okay, super scary event. I panicked so bad. I was so scared it freaked me out. As a parent, that ain't the phone call you want to get from your kid. That, hey, I'm locked in a closet. There's an active shooter in the mall. That was so scary. Yeah, none of the mall. Don't worry about all that. But that was a scary event. I'm sure, I wouldn't want to be in that situation either, where I don't know what's going on. I believe that there's, in this crazy world we live in, where they are these people that are shooting up stores and places like that. I would hate to be in a place where something like that does go down. And we live in a world where you do really have to worry about those things. And I think I was more scared than Tiff was. See, when I was on the phone with Tiff, after the live, she was telling me to calm down. She's like, calm down. And this is before they had got her out the building. So I was super scared. That's insane. Yeah, I know. And there was another event just recently before this. And then before that, we had the stuff that happened at the Walmart where the employee walked in there and shot all the people at the Walmart. And that's the Walmart I shop at. Okay? So I'm like, it's just crazy. I always tell people around the holidays, be super safe, because a lot of people snap around this time or commit crimes or commit robberies. I don't know if it was something of that nature. It was just some, young people that had beef and it happened, it all went down at the mall. But that mall is not in it's not a bad area or nothing. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. Is this a crazy world? Be careful wherever you go. You had your microphone on, and we all watched and heard her. Oh, okay. Well, y'all know what went down then. So, good thing is, Tiff's in the chat room. She's okay. Nobody's dead, from my understanding. Just a scary, scary event. Enough to make your heart damn jump straight out your chest. Yeah, and that's one of those things I'm gonna be getting my kid as a gun. It's about time we start going to the range, gun safety, practicing with the gun, all those things. The world is just too crazy. You know, it's just too crazy, especially if you trap somewhere. There's no way to really get away, you know, and I don't know, scary situation. Thank you, guys. Yeah, I'm glad she's okay too. She's the only kid I got. All right, she's grown. She's an adult. You know what I'm saying? But still, my kid. I don't want my adult kid getting hurt. I don't want. You know what I'm saying? She ain't a baby, and she handled herself good in the situation. She stayed calm, which is good. I couldn't have stayed that calm. She stayed way calmer than I did. We love you, Jimmy. Hope your ticker is okay now. Yeah, I had time to calm down, relax from it, but boy, when I ended that live, I was just like trembling scared. You know, I ain't even gonna lie. I was just like, oh my God, I hope nothing bad happens. I'm just praying. Your anxiety would have had you tripping hard. I mean, it was bad. When I was trying to talk to the police, they were trying to ask me her number, and I couldn't remember her number, and I was just like, the lady was like, it's okay, calm down, calm down. That is right. So scary, doesn't matter how old our kids are. Yeah, and you know, I just, like I said, I've never been in a situation. I have walked into an armed robbery before. And a matter of fact, that was to get Tiff's mom a honey bun and some milk. So I'll share it real quick because this is a crazy one. I pull up to this gas station, and it was a little bit, we lived in the hood a little bit, so it wasn't the best area. So I'm walking up to this gas station, and there's this ice cooler that sits beside it, right? And as I'm walking up to the store, there's a cop, and he's ducked down beside the cooler, and he's going, psst, psst, right? I'm like, what the hell? I act like, you know, because I just got done smoking a blunt, and this is before weed was legal in Virginia, okay? Let me say that much first, okay? So I had been smoking, and now this cop's going, psst, at me, right? But hiding behind something while he's doing it. And I kind of just act like I didn't hear him. I walked into the store real quick. So I walk into the store like no other day. I walk to the back. I grab a milk for Tiff's mom. Get a damn honey bun. And as I'm walking up to get in line, there's this black girl, and she has 2 kids with her. And as I'm walking up, she's clenching her kids like super tight. Like, I thought she was scared of me. Right? I was like, man, am I that ugly that you gonna clench your, you know what I'm saying? And she's clenching her kids, and she ain't saying nothing, but she's looking at me, and she's looking, and she's holding her kids, and then she kind of like cuts her eyes, like twice, like, look over there, dude, look. I'm standing there all loud and shit, right? Everybody's, you could hear a pin drop in the store, and I ain't thinking nothing of it, right? The dude is at the counter with a gun right on the lady, taking the money. Right? I'm like, you gotta be shitting me, right? I just walked right into the middle of an armed robbery. Right into it. I mean, everybody's froze in the store. I'm walking through the store grabbing shit, picking up shit. I see the gun, and as soon as I notice it, the dude goes to go out the store. And as soon as he goes out their store, there's cops everywhere with guns. Right? They get them right there. So, when I go to they come in, the police come in, the cops like, y'all want to talk to you, right? So the cop gets me outside. He's like, man, why didn't you stop? And he was like, you could have got killed. You could have got everybody in that store killed. And I was like, man, I didn't know what you wanted. I had no clue. You know, I didn't know the store was being robbed. You could have said, hey, man, they're robbing the store. Not, psst. You know what I'm saying? You over there with a flat tire. You should have said, hey, man, they're robbing the store. So, but the cop didn't say nothing. You know what I'm saying? I'm about to get killed with a damn honey bun and a chocolate milk in my hand in the middle of an armed robbery. I bet that robber was thinking, this white boy's stupid as shit. Okay? Just probably felt sorry for me. Like, he's too dumb to kill. Just let him get his milk. Okay? Let him get his milk. And so I remember I go back to Tiff's mom. I'm like, I almost got killed to get you this damn milk and this damn honey bun. So, has anybody ever done that? Walked into the middle of a damn armed robbery? But that was the only time. You know what I'm saying? That's the only time I ever walked into an armed robbery. Yeah, I wasn't paying no attention. I wasn't paying no attention. Because, you know, the counter sits right by the door, right? Where you check out is right by the door. So I literally walked by the robber, walked to the back of the store, walking around the store, picking up shit. You know what I'm saying? Everybody's froze like in time. And then my dumb ass don't even notice. I'm like, I'm lucky I didn't get killed. You know, just think about that. How'd he die? He just walked into an armed robbery. Dude shot him, man. He couldn't get out the door because he was coming through it. So, with all that said, we still got what went down in Idaho. And I'm thinking this is going to be one of those cases that go cold. Still not really much. No, nothing on the Hyundai, right? The Hyundai Elantra 2013 that they've been looking for. Nothing on that. So, what do you do? Who killed these 4 girls? This case is going to be one of those cases that go unsolved. Because I've been saying it, it's a serial killer. If it was somebody connected to him, it would be solvable. The reason they can't solve this is because these people ain't connected. And I don't really know how much that white car has to do with it. I actually have at Burger King about 20 years ago. I have on the phone and not paying attention and actually handed him my money for my food. Damn. Also, way back in the day, I used to work this job as a pizza delivery driver. Okay? Way back in the day. And one night, I was walking out the store, right? And this customer was coming in. So I held the door for him. He looks over at me and he says, "Thank you." And I was like, "Oh, you're welcome." And matter of fact, it was around this time of the year because it was around Christmas. And I told him happy holidays. And he looks right at me and says, "Happy holidays to you." I go walk off, get in my car, go to, you know, because this is when I was younger. And I go to deliver a pizza, right? And I come back to the store and the guy robbed the store. He walked in and my little buddy was in there, right? And he's a driver. And here's the thing. When you're a driver, you don't have access to the cash registers. So you can't get in the cash register because you got to have a code or something to punch into the cash registers, right? You just deliver damn pizzas. It was my night job. So the little dude's like, the guy walks up to him and he's real nice to me. I held the door for him, right? But my buddy puts a gun in his face and says, "Open the register," right? And my buddy's like, "I can't open the register." And the guy tells him again, he says, "I'm going to tell you one more time to open the register." Right? And he can't open it. He's this little bitty dude, right? Little tiny guy. And he's like, "Man, I can't open the register." Only the manager can open the register. He's in the back, right? So he takes this dude at gunpoint to the back to get the manager, okay? Now the manager is a cool dude. He's this little skinny, gay black guy, right? He's real feminine. He prances around when he walks and shit. It's weird, right? But he goes up there and he's like, "Hey, we give you the money." You know what I'm saying? So he's emptying a register and the guy goes, "I want what's in the safe." Okay? Of course he wants the safe. Because why are you going to rob the store for $20, right? So the manager's down there getting him the money, and there's a panic button, an alarm button. Okay? Clear though, you can see it. So he's emptying the safe, and the guy's looking at him with a gun on him, and he reaches over and he pushes the panic button. Okay? And the robber looks at him and goes, "Why did you do that?" He's like, "I don't know." And the dude, look. So he's like, "All right, give me the money." And then he takes off, right? Everybody was about to quit because they said, you know, the manager almost got him killed. Because there was multiple people in the store and he hit the panic button right in front of the robber. You know what I'm saying? Because they thought they were going to get shot. Right? So I come back in and they're like, "Yo, Jimmy, man, you know you just held the door open for the robber?" I was like, "Y'all got robbed?" They were like, "Yeah." Dude had Brian gun to his head. Had him. I was like, man, that's crazy. That's crazy. So, but he was really nice to me. You know, I wasn't there for the robbery. I just held the door open for him and wished him a Merry Christmas. You know, so crazy story, right? You just never know in this world. So, and the reason, look, I had worked at that delivering a pizza. It was like my night gig. I did construction in the day, and I was delivering pizzas at night. There was a little Asian place, Chinese place. I forget what kind of place it was, but I think it was like a Chinese place. And they delivered in the same area. And one of the drivers got killed. And I was like, okay, time to quit. I quit that day. That day that the dude got killed that worked at the place next door, I said, okay, I ain't delivering no more. I quit delivering, never delivered again. I was like, okay, that's enough. People getting killed out here. I ain't, you know, for a little few extra bucks, I'm not getting shot and killed. Did you see Olivia's last video on the tattoos? No, I didn't. We can pull it up. I'll check it out real quick. I doubt Olivia will strike me. Give me 1 second. Let me pull it up. All right, let's check it out. Let's see. My daughter had.
I don't believe that this could have been a ground accident.
That is loud. Okay, videos. Let's see. IDAHO4 group running from people. That was 5 hours ago. Touching moment between Kaylee and Maddie. I didn't even know Olivia had this many videos out on Hold on, where did the videos go? All right, let's see. Which video is it? The killer gets rejected by the girls, revenge, rape, possible drugs. I don't know. Please stay safe, Dolly. Much love to you. I'm definitely going to try to stay safe. Which video was it, guys? 3 or 4 hours ago, Dolly? Okay.
New Cox Mobile. Only.
All right, give me 1 second. Let's get past our commercials.
Olivia here. So I was on Reddit and I found something very interesting. I'll show you this screenshot where someone says to check at a certain timestamp of the body cam footage, and there's a group of people that you can see running in the background. And after doing a little bit more research and looking at videos that I took from that location, which is right in front of Sigma Chi, the fraternity that Ethan and Xana were hanging out at that night, and the frat home that Ethan was a part of, I could match things up, and which I'll be showing you right now, exactly where the body cam footage was filmed at in correlation to the people that are briskly walking / running. I would say they looked more like they were walking briskly, but some would say they were running. In the background of that body cam footage, I show you that. So let's go watch this video and then we'll discuss it after. In the police body cam footage, a group of people appear to be walking briskly from where 4 University of Idaho students were murdered. If you fast forward 19 minutes and 28 seconds in the top right corner, the group of people appear. At 3:15 a.m., an alcohol...
I would say they were walking fast. I wouldn't say they were running. I see the people. Okay, so, I mean, that's a college town. 3 o'clock in the morning on a Friday, Saturday night or something like that. You know it's jumping.
related incident was being recorded in front of Sigma Chi. This is the frat house where Ethan and Xana had partied that night. The body cam footage was filmed at this red fire hydrant, and the group of people running appeared here. And from this angle is right here. In fact, there's a walkway from the road that leads to the house. Kaylee's phone records show a last phone call made at 2:52 a.m. It is believed the murders happened between 3 and 4 a.m. The group of people running were seen at 3:12 a.m. This
Olivia is so damn good with her videos. I swear to Jesus, she is so good. I'm like, she is super good at her qualities of her videos are just...
small detail could be something or nothing. This is a college neighborhood, and maybe this was a group of people going to the frat house. Or maybe they had just left from this apartment complex. Or maybe they left from the walkway that leads to the house. Who knows? What do you think?
So I just thought that was an interesting little tidbit from the body cam footage. And I mean, who knows? I mean, they could have just been a group of people going to the frat house to party. This is, again, a college area. That King Road, that street, and the surrounding ones, a lot of college students live in those apartments and in those homes. It's right next to the campus of University of Idaho. And again, this just puts into perspective how even at the wee hours of the morning around 3 a.m., there were people around. Again, you could clearly see that look like several individuals, maybe 3 or 4, I don't know, but the point
It
is
looked
that
like
there
about
were
5 people
around. And
it looked like more than 3 or 4 people. It looked like about a group of about 5 people walked by. They were moving pretty quick, too. I wouldn't say running, though, but they were walking pretty swiftly.
that was in the time frame of the murders, which is believed to be, again, between 3 and 4 in the morning. So people were around. And hopefully someone remembers a small detail, something that stuck out to them that just didn't seem right or was unfamiliar, and hopefully they call that into the tip line. Because at this point, there's still no suspect, and I feel like the devil is in the details. The details are important sometimes, and all it takes is for one person to remember something.
Hey guys.
Boom. That could really, really help. So I'm just gonna, at the end of this video, just show you that little segment again of the people in the background.
Thank you,
guys
Valerie.
Can zoom in or change
for your
the
super
color
sticker.
or whatever, and look at that if you want. But justice for the 4 Idaho students, and I'll be updating you on this case. I'll see you guys soon.
It's a busy area. It's a college town. You see that they were out there. You know, the police were messing with some people. And think about this. These murders were committed while there were police around. Think about that. The police are out there at 3 o'clock in the morning filming this. So at 3 o'clock in the morning, the police were right out there in the area. Why the killer went in his house and murdered 4 people with the police around? Tell me that ain't crazy. That is insane. Pot fried 420. Texas
Please
Wild
repost.
Woman. Thank you
If
for
you
being
know
a member.
something, say something. If it was
If you know something, say something. Okay, well, that wasn't the one about the tattoos. Somebody said, hey, Jimmy, did you see Olivia's video about the tattoos? But that ain't the one about the tattoos. Now, there's one from 23 hours ago. Let's check it out real fast. We got a minute. But I didn't see the video about the tattoos that you guys were talking about. And that's the same thing my daughter said to me. She thought it was weird that the roommates ended up getting those tattoos. Let's skip this ad.
Chronicles of Olivia here. So I was looking through the grub truck footage, and I found a small little part that I wanted to share with you guys.
because Kaylee and Maddie have
Moonlight magic.
a moment
Thank
where you
you.
can see on camera where Kaylee says that she can share her food with Maddie, and it's a very touching moment that I wanted to share with you guys in case you haven't seen this yet.
I do.
Cool. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
When I was in Moscow, I visited that location where the grub truck was, and it was just eerie to see where that truck once stood and the spot where the girls were standing. For me, it's just haunting to watch the footage because what happens after that moment where they were getting food is horrific, and it's just really sad to see. That's all really how I feel, is just sadness. So I just wanted to show you what I put together. This is the last place Kaylee and Maddie were seen, getting food at the grub truck before they and 2 other roommates were slain in their sleep. So in this footage that I took right here, the orange part on the top right corner is the room where the girls were found. That is Maddie's room, and that's where the red lights are in.
Hello.
Hi.
Welcome back.
Thanks. I think I would like the car, but no.
Okay.
But if I have like a free grub truck on my like app,
Oh, yep. So what you want to do is,
maybe I didn't have a free grub.
Right here.
and then what was the back?
Don't forget to remove the
The
spoon.
carbonara.
The carbonara back of the week, and it looks like you not quite have enough points yet.
Oh, that's okay. That's okay.
$10 for
Perfect.
Like, see, to me at the food truck, there's nobody really super creepy around, right? I don't see anybody that looks super out of place. Like, I don't see some old weirdo ass looking dude like me out there. You know what I'm saying? These all look like college kids. They all look like just a normal night. I don't think it was anybody from this food truck, you know, in that area. You know how they say the hoodie guy, this hoodie guy. I think everybody at that area right there is about the same age. You know, around the age you'd be at college. Maybe some people are a little dumber than others. They've been at the college a little longer. But they look like in place. I don't see anybody that was there. Even the guys that were standing there with the hoodies on looked like younger guys by the way they were dressed.
I do.
Cool. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
So right off the bat, Kaylee is so polite. Even when she doesn't have enough points, she was very sweet about it. She's like, oh, okay, that's okay. She just seemed like such a sweet and nice person, which makes this even more tragic. The girls looked like they were having a good time. They had just come from the corner club, one of their favorite spots. Could they have been followed from this location? Were they being watched? Or was the perpetrator waiting for them at home? So that's what I wanted to share with you guys, was that little part, that touching moment where Kaylee offers her best friend Maddie to share her food. They got carbonara. That was the last meal that it's believed to be the last meal that they ate before this happened.
Wow.
Thanks for watching, guys. I will be updating you on this case. Please repost. If you know something, say something.
If you know something, say something. So, Justice Roll has a video out of a guy standing in the corner, not talking to anyone. Have you seen that video? I mean, I don't know. Do you think it's something from the club that they followed these girls? That's pretty brutal. Like, you would think if it was something like that, it would be something sexual in nature. Like, one of these girls would be raped or something like that. But just to be brutally murdered? Now, I know she did have an altercation where she did tell a dude to F off. But that, you know, when people are out drinking, sometimes a dude might say, you know, cat call a girl or something. Like, hey, baby, or say something stupid and the bitch be like, you know, don't say that, you know, or just something like that. And it was nothing to that, is all I'm saying. It was just drunk people arguing, you know, and that I don't think that dude would have followed her home and been like, eek, 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 you know what I'm saying? I don't think. And then kill everybody in the house like that? that would be strange, you know. And the girl seemed like a super sweet girl. You seen her offer food to her friend, like you know, you can share mine, and she's hugging people, and she was having a great, you know, at least she had a great time. She had a great time that night. It sucks that it ended that way, in a horrific, horrible way. And the person that did this will eventually pay. You know, it might be a little while because, you know, it's already growing kind of cold. It's been a month and no arrest, and that's 4 people murdered. And now, you know, the police are making it out to be like, you know, they're reeling it back a lot. That this could happen again. You know? So that's a scary situation. And they need to go ahead and see, you know, once it goes cold a little bit, I think the police, I've been saying this, are going to come out and say, hey, this is a serial killer. Okay, this person struck before. We believe it's connected to this or that. I think in the beginning, they just didn't want to scare the public. I'm going to open up the phone lines. Give me 1 second. And if my mods could, post a call-in number in the room, and we'll open the phone lines up and we'll chop it up about this. Okay, the phone lines are now open. That was quick. Dolly.
Dolly.
Yes.
I was watching about who done the killing of the 4.
Uh-huh.
Why couldn't it be a cop?
It might be your dogs.
Huh?
It might have been your dogs. They sound ferocious.
You know, the cop that went and killed that young girl's family.
Okay,
Why could it not be a cop?
Hey, calm your dogs down and call me right back. Okay, that was super loud in my headphones. Dolly.
Hey, Dolly. It's
Hey.
Suzanne from California.
Hey, Suzanne.
Let me turn this down.
Good. Because all I hear is dogs barking. I don't know. Is echoing?
Yeah.
Is echoing real bad? Okay, you turned it down?
Yeah, I did.
Okay. Because you must have been at the part where the dogs were barking, too, because it was just coming through my headphones like dogs barking. And it was loud.
Yeah, you couldn't hear anything. I bet it was really loud for you with your headphones on.
Yeah, it was super loud. I wasn't expecting it. It was just like, I was like, oh. So that dog barked right in the microphone.
The first thing I want to tell you, and I tell you with tears in my heart, I'm so thankful that you and your daughter are okay.
I'm super grateful, too. That scared the shit out of me.
I lost my oldest daughter. You're not supposed to bury your children.
Yeah.
And I lost her at a young adult age. And
I'm sorry.
when I hear, you know, it just, yeah.
Yeah, I definitely wasn't expecting that call. I thought it was going to be like, hey,
No.
Dad, can I get some money? Not, hey,
Well,
Dad.
and you didn't have and you had no way to get there, so you have to be on the phone with the people?
Yeah, it was terrible. It was
Well,
like, but I'm getting my car legal Monday, so I just haven't got the new tags for it yet. So I didn't have really know where to get there. And then I was just panicky, you know, like it was a bad situation for me. Anyway.
Oh, I know.
You know,
I could.
Tiff was pretty calm. I was panicking, you know, because when I got on the phone with the police, it made it even worse because they said, yeah, there is a shooter. It is going down. This is happening. You know what I'm saying? Even the police were aware that something bad was happening, and they were relaying that to me, but at the same time saying, don't panic. We got multiple officers, multiple agencies. Police are there now, you know, so they were filling me in as much as they could.
That's nothing when you're a parent and you can't physically touch or see your child. So I'm just thankful that, because here lately you're living around dangerous territory.
I know. I tried to tell people that this is a crazy spot. I was like, you know, we just had shooting at Walmart. We had the scare at Target. Now we've had the shooting at the mall. So
Man.
it's a little, and that's just in like the last couple of weeks.
Well, I hope when she's getting off at work and going to work that she's really checking her surroundings and she's going with somebody if she can.
And it ain't a bad area. It's not even
It
really
doesn't
considered
matter.
Yeah, I know. So
she still needs to be careful.
Yeah.
Anyways, now I forgot what I was going to say. Okay, I've been going back and forth. The thing I, at first, thought it was a student and either, whoever, okay?
Uh-huh.
But in my heart, I'm thinking, how could a kid... Now, I know that there are some that can, but how could a kid revert to that kind of anger?
I don't know. I honestly don't think this
I mean,
is a kid.
I'm really struggling with that in my head. That's why I'm automatically thinking serial killer, thinking someone in the midst of that area, just either, yeah.
Yeah, I'm going with serial killer too. I'm right on the same page as you are. Like, I don't think a kid, if it was a kid, I think he would kill one person, not go in there and kill multiple people, go from floor to floor and kill people.
Well, and I thought, well, maybe the sorority, maybe, they have some weird stuff that goes on, but how could they come to the decision to do something like that? That's just too off the wall. That's just too out
if it's
there.
a young person, maybe drugged out their mind, or if it's an older person, maybe they just sick in the head. But look, I appreciate you calling in.
All right.
You have a good one.
All right.
Peace.
You too. Bye-bye.
Yeah, a lot of people are thinking some college person. I've even heard somebody say maybe it's a college professor, doing this. I doubt that. Dolly.
Hey, it's Kim.
Hey, Kim.
So there's a video where it's at the food truck. Sorry. And Kaylee is right up next to Maddie. Mm-hmm. And Kaylee tilts her head towards the sky. Like, look over there.
Yeah, I've seen that. Yeah, she kind of nods back.
Yeah. Okay, is that the Jack S?
I'm not for sure. There's been rumors that the dude in the hoodie is Jack. I don't know. I don't know exactly.
Okay.
But I think
didn't know.
Here's the thing. All them people are clearly on video. Clearly on video. Mm-hmm. You can believe that the police and the FBI have identified these people and have talked to all of them. I would think.
Oh, yeah.
Because they're clearly on video. So you're going to say, okay, we can say, okay, who was out there? And then you got people that were out there, they're going to tell you who the other people were. So I'm assuming they know who everybody was at the food truck. So.
Oh, I'm sure.
And have probably looked into that. So.
Oh, yeah.
Internet sleuths, they're picking it apart. But I trust in the FBI are smart enough to go, okay, well, who was around them that we know for a fact was? And they can tell that by the video. So I'm assuming they have contacted everybody in that video. That would be my first step as a detective. If I was a detective, like, okay, well, let's contact the people that were there. Let's see what they say. Let's see if we can identify everybody. Let's get their statements on paper. So, but like I said, when I watch the videos, I don't really see nothing that seems out of place.
No, but that grabbed me when I saw that. Like, look at this dude.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, he could have been like flirty or something of that nature, or maybe just a creepo. But just because you're creepy don't mean you're a killer too,
Well, no.
Or if you're,
I'm not saying that.
Let's just say you're a dude that don't have good manners and you just hollering at chicks like, "Hey, girl, what you doing?" You know what I'm saying? That don't make you a killer. It makes you a polite person and not addressing women right, but not a killer.
Yeah.
So but never know. Maybe that FU is enough to get you killed, because in this world, people kill you for way less,
Oh, yeah. Yeah, people are killed over $20.
Yeah. So
that's crazy.
But
you got to be aware of everything around you. And, I scope out a place when I'm walking in, and with all this stuff with
But
Tiff, I'm like, yeah.
do you think people, on average, how many times do you look back and think, is anybody following me?
I had
Usually
that
when I'm
happen.
drinking, I don't think like that. I'm staggering down the road to the next bar or whatever it is. I don't think about somebody could be following me.
Well, yeah, drinking is one thing, but I have had somebody follow me, and I've just started driving towards the sheriff's office, and yeah, they turned around.
Yeah, that's probably a smart move. You got somebody you don't know following, because they ain't following you for something good.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, and there is a lot of creepy people out there, and for some reason, I just get a different vibe, because right in the very beginning, my gut instinct was saying serial killer, so I got to stick with my gut.
Well, question. Normally, like, serial killers do one at a time. Like, they enjoy it. It gives them a thrill, so they spread it out one at a time. Have you known any that do, like, 4 at a time?
Yeah, Ted Bundy. Yeah.
At one time?
Yeah, he went and bashed college students' brains in. So, I mean, they kill. The thing what makes you a serial killer is the cool down period. So they'll kill multiple people, and then they won't. There's a lot of serial killers out there that kill couples. Like the Son of Sam. He'd walk up and shoot couples and things like that. The Zodiac killer liked to kill couples. So there's.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that one.
So maybe it was something of that nature. You know what I'm saying? And then now that killer is in the cool down period. Well, now he's sitting back with his family and his kids eating dinner, watching it on the news. And then his family don't know. You ever notice when all these people get caught, like the what is it, TBK or BTK? He had a family, everything. Nobody knew he was a killer. He just, hey, I'm going on a fishing trip. Next thing you know, he's out strangling women.
Yeah.
So
like a double life.
Yeah, it's that double life they're living, and this person could be somebody like right next door to you, with their, playing outside in the yard with their kid, like they never did anything wrong.
I just don't get it. Yeah. And I'm glad I don't.
Yeah.
Because if I did, it would scare me.
Yeah, and these people like that, they'll strike again. This person right here is going to kill again. You can't go in there and do that, and you're a killer. The person who did this is a killer. So they're going to continue to kill.
Is your gut saying in the same area or somebody that moves around?
I would say within a 150-mile radius. Somebody familiar with the area, that's in that area a lot. That's just what I would think from, the history of other serial killers, that he's probably within 150 miles. He knows that area real well. He has a reason to be there, like in and out of there, and that's what's bringing him to that area. Now, is he directly from there? I don't know. I mean, that's up to the FBI to figure out who the hell it is and catch him. You know what I'm saying? But I think that is somebody within a 150-mile radius. And over 15 years, I found 3 similar crimes. People being stabbed at 3 o'clock, past 3 in the morning on the 13th. Mm-hmm. And that's a little odd. Because how many people out there in that area within 150 miles are walking in your house in the middle of the night and stabbing people to death? One lady woke up, her husband was killed, and the seller had a mask on. Stabbed him. She lived. She survived. There's other people that didn't survive, and then you have the college students that didn't. But this is spanned over 15 years. I'm not saying that they're all connected, but there's a possibility it could be.
So you're saying 15 years in the same area?
Within a 150-mile radius.
Oh, okay, gotcha. Okay?
So within that general area of Idaho, Oregon, within that area, there's crimes that are similar, but they're spread out over big periods of time. That is what makes a serial killer, is that cool down period. So they could go a week without killing and want to kill again. But some of these killers can go years without killing and then go out and kill again. Like TBK or BTK, I always mess it up. He had stopped killing, completely had stopped killing people. He was going to church, and he was still creepy as shit, but he hadn't killed nobody in a long time when they called him. I'm sure he probably would have again, but he had stopped for a really long time. So there's psychopaths out there, and there's a lot of them. But I appreciate,
Yeah, that's for sure.
I appreciate you calling in.
All right, have a good one.
Peace.
Peace.
Yeah, a killer is going to kill as many people as they can. When they're in that kill phase, they're going to kill everybody. To me, it's either a miracle that them two roommates lived, or they're in on it. It's only two things. Miracle or they're in on it. Dolly.
Dolly.
Hey.
How are you?
I am doing pretty good. How about yourself?
Hanging in like a rusty nail.
Oh, I can hear that.
It's a serial killer.
You believe in serial killer too?
A college student didn't do this. And I believe Ethan was just collateral damage.
Yeah,
I really believe that because he didn't live there.
Yeah.
He stayed there some.
Somebody was most likely after those girls.
Yes, and I believe they were after the second floor and the third floor. And something stopped them from going downstairs. They might have got spooked.
Now, I heard there's a metal door to the downstairs and it has like a padlock on it. Like a digital lock.
Well, that's what stopped him then.
So there must be a couple different codes. Now, that's to my understanding. I'm not positive on that, but that's just what I've heard on the internet, that there was a metal door between the bottom floor and the main floor, which, you know, the first floor is technically when you come in the house, which is the second floor. So we would say the basement. A lot of people say basement, but it really ain't set up like a basement. It's kind of just like a triplex. Tri-level home.
I believe it's only one person. I don't believe it's two. It's one man. And he is not a college student. He's older than that.
That's what I'm thinking.
And he'll do it again.
I agree.
And them kids need to keep their head on a swivel.
Yeah.
And not be out by themselves.
But think about this. Being out by themselves really had nothing to do with it. Because they were in a house full of people and got murdered. That is something straight out of a horror movie. That's straight out of like Halloween or like Jason Voorhees. You're in a house full of people. The last thing you expect is to get killed in a house full of people. How do you can't even prepare yourself for that one, you know? Like, you wouldn't think. So, like.
So they need to not be drinking so much so they can assess their surroundings.
True that. But we're talking kids that go to school and partying as part of school. We all know young adults, they're gonna get that party phase in their life, and that's usually during college, and they're gonna drink a little bit. Still, you don't deserve, because you go out partying, you don't deserve to get stabbed to death in your sleep. You know, it's a little. But
no.
Yeah, I mean, but killers do lurk around places like this because that's what they're looking for. Is people that easy victims.
Yeah.
You know.
They're easy victims.
Soft targets.
They're soft targets. And I don't even know if they knew Ethan was there. You know, because I believe they were already in there. I do.
Waiting on them?
Yeah, waiting on them to get settled in for bed.
Well, then that was somebody that's watched these people for a while, you know. And the couple in the basement, that is the trickiest one for me, you know. It's like.
Well, it is to me, too. I don't see how they didn't hear anything.
Yeah.
I'm just.
I mean, unless
maybe they did and they was afraid to come out.
Or they know something, you know, or they know something. Yeah. I don't know. Like it's if it comes out it's college people, I would say those roommates know something. If it's a stranger, it's a serial killer, you know. That's
right.
So.
And I believe it's a serial killer.
I believe it's a serial killer too.
No college student could do this.
And
it's just one person.
Because you listen to most serial killers, they'll tell you that their crimes escalated. You know, they started doing this, and then they strangled somebody, then they, you know what I'm saying? If you listen to any of them serial killers, they'll tell you their crimes escalated. They didn't start off just murdering everybody in the room. They gotta work. They gotta kind of work up to that.
Yeah, most of them start out as peeping toms.
Yeah. Yeah, that's why I said if they started going through looking for people arrested with similar charges than that's most likely their best. Instead of digging all into these college kids, you need to be looking into the adults around there that have similar crimes that would home invasions, things of that, peeping Tom charges.
They really need to look at an adult. I don't believe any kid did this.
Yeah, I mean, all these kids are technically adults, but I mean older adult, you know.
Yeah, well, to me, I'm in my 60s. They're kids.
Yeah, they're kids to me. Like, my daughter's 22. She's still a kid to me. I'm like, you a kid.
Yeah.
You know? So.
Well, I'm glad your daughter's okay.
I'm super glad, too. That was a super bad scare. That ain't the call you want to get, for sure.
No, but when all this comes out, I guarantee you it's going to be a serial killer. I hope he doesn't take out anybody else.
That's what I hope not to. You know, hopefully they get some type of lead out of this and it leads them to something. Because if it don't, you're right. It might not be soon, or it could be, but it will happen again.
Yeah, he'll sit on his hands for a while.
Yeah, because it's hot right now.
Yeah, it's hot right now.
Yeah, but when it all dies down, 2 years from now, next thing you know, college starts up again, and next thing, boom, people dead.
That's right.
That's what's going to happen if they don't do something, because whoever's capable of this is capable of doing it way worse.
Oh, God, yeah.
Especially if they feel like they've got away with this.
That's what I'm afraid of.
So, all right, you be good, and you have a happy holiday.
You too. You have a blessed day.
You too. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Yeah, look, this monster is lurking out there somewhere. Somebody may know something. If you do, hit that tip line that Olivia keeps posting. I don't have it handy right here in a second, but I'm sure you can find it right on Google it. Dolly.
What's up, Jimbo?
What's up, 3 Dot?
Nothing much. Haven't been really kind of, digging into a lot of videos in the last few days, but what were the 2 girls' names that were at the food truck? Kaylee and
Maddie.
Kylie, and Maddie. So you now, which one was it that was like really drunk?
I would say it was the Maddie girl that she didn't look like really drunk to me, but she looked buzzed. She didn't look drunk.
She looked like she was stumbling around to me. I mean, did you watch the video from the point before they actually walked up?
I would say she was intoxicated for sure, but I mean, drunk, like she was holding conversation. She was like, she wasn't falling down. She was damn sure buzzed. You know what I mean?
No, she walked past this one couple, and kind of talked to some people, gave a dude a hug, and she came back through, and they were kind of laughing at her because I think that it was pretty clear she was drunk. But have you seen the video from before they actually walk up to the food truck, and then after they leave, there's video after? Have you watched it to that extent?
No, I haven't seen any video after the food truck. That's all. What was videoed after the food truck?
They get their food, and then they run and get in the car, and then that heavyset guy, the one that she pointed to and told him to kind of fuck off, or whatever.
Yeah, I seen that.
He stayed there, was chomping on his food, shooting shit. You could tell that dude didn't think about them after the fact.
Yeah,
he sat there for like 15, 20 minutes.
I don't think nobody followed him from the food truck.
I don't think so either, especially because they got in the vehicle and split. So, I mean, how are you going to follow somebody unless you got a car there and you'd be like, I'm following them, or where they live. Which it sounds like a lot of those.
The heavyset dude was probably just
popular.
Yeah, the heavyset dude was probably just some asshole at the bar. Every bar has one of those. At the end of the night, some dude out there talking crap and being, saying weirdo shit.
Right. But another thing is that Maddie and Kaylee or Kylie, they're underage. How if they were drinking over there, then I think that somebody's license needs to get pulled. They're 20.
Oh, well, they were damn sure drinking.
Damn sure drinking,
But
clearly they were there. I mean, it sounds like the bar closed maybe, and that they all kind of dumped out and went to that food truck. Is that what kind of seems to be the fact?
I'm assuming they left the bar and hit the food truck.
Right, and so
That's usually what I do
they
when I
couldn't have
leave
closed because it was like one
And you got to remember though, after they ate, she would have sobered up some. Okay, because you got to remember.
Yeah, a little bit.
Usually
Good little
when
thing,
you're
yeah.
drinking, you leave the bar. Most people go to IHOP, Waffle House, and they eat. It'll sober you up. You know what I'm saying? You'll have still a little buzz, but you won't be lit up. You know what I'm saying? So they were eating.
Yeah.
So that means, that's filling, they're going to suck up some of that alcohol a little bit in their stomachs. So
For sure.
it at least
So I just wanted to bring up, before they come into the frame, into the food truck, that I guess everybody knows that this place is like a Twitch streaming thing. They know if when they walk up to this, you are on video and it's being captured, right? That's a common knowledge thing, I guess.
Well, I mean, yeah, the food trucks had security cameras. Yeah.
Right. So it's streamed on Twitch. So when you see like Maddie or
I didn't
Kaylee
know. I didn't know the food truck was streamed.
Yeah, they showed they have like a posted little plaque saying, you're on video, you're being streamed on Twitch.
Tim in the chat. Hold on, 3 dot. Stop over talking.
Yeah.
Tim in the chat room says Kaylee and Maddie were 21 years old.
That's not what I saw.
Okay. Thank you, Tim, for your donation. And your information.
Everybody knew that they're being streamed on Twitch, right? So you notice that when they walk up, right, before they get there, they kind of have from what I've seen the earliest, it's like about 10 minutes before they show up, they walk up and that Jack guy is in between them. They all walk up together, right? The hoodie Jack.
Okay.
So they walk up as like a little threesome with him in the middle, and then they show up and then they start doing their thing and he kind of just strays off.
If nobody followed him from the food truck, why are you still going on about the food truck? You said they got in a vehicle and they left.
Well, I'm getting to that. So he's standing there and he's just kind of like everybody says he's hovering, right? It seems like he's kind of doing that. There's drunk chicks and I'm kind of protecting you. I'm just making sure that nothing happens to you. And then as soon as they get in the vehicle, they run to get in the vehicle and they split, right? He's sees it and then freaking kind of gives them a hand and then walks and cuts around the corner and splits. So basically he shows up with them and then when they leave, he splits, right?
They're saying that Xana and Ethan are both 20.
Okay.
So
I thought they were all all under 21.
The two mixed up. Nah, they were the ones that were at the party, and Maddie and Kaylee were the ones that went out to the bar. Yeah.
Right.
So all of them were drinking. It's just some of them were illegally drinking and some of them were legally drinking.
Right.
But
and so this Jack guy, right?
Me myself, I believe if you're 18 years old and you can go die in a war, you should be able to drink.
I agree with you. It's not the law, though.
If you don't want people,
it can be, I guess.
You don't.
I think there are states that have 18, right?
Don't put people in war that's under 21. If you can die for your country, I believe you should be able to drink a beer.
Yeah, I think that's population control.
That's just honest truth.
So getting off that subject, right? So Zap Girl 3 or 4 days ago, probably 4 days ago, she was doing streaming and she was looking at her chat, or a lot of people were hitting her up saying, play this certain video. And she's like, I don't know. So she ended up playing it. It was 15 minutes long. It's from this dude from he's Crime Circus. Have you heard of that guy?
Is it the fake screams?
No, it's not the fake screams. He basically the Jack boyfriend, right? Not the Jack not the hoodie Jack from the taco truck or whatever. The Jack boyfriend, the nerdy one that they were together for Maddie and him were together for 6 or 7 years, high school sweethearts, and then they were broken up, right?
Okay.
And so he comes at it as that Jack boyfriend lived right across, so when you're standing right in front of the house and looking at the front door and looking at the face of the house, right?
Yeah.
You know how if you swung to the right and the perspective where they show the levels, they go, this is the first floor, second floor, third floor. You've seen. Okay, so now that perspective, when you're looking at it from that perspective, and you go straight out as a bird flies, he's saying that Jack boyfriend lives right there, within line of sight.
Okay.
Where you could actually look right into Maddie's sliding glass door on that third level.
Yeah.
Right. and he basically tied him there because he found video.
Don't you think that the FBI and the police would notice information?
Sure, I'm just bringing it up because the video. Okay, anyways, let me just finish. Okay, so he ties that the boyfriend into that house with that dog. You know that particular. It's a really
the golden,
particular breed. It's common. I mean, it's not common.
Golden doodle or whatever the hell it is. Labradoodle.
Exactly, like a big poodle, the brown. And so he finds pictures and video of this dude in that house because he found he took the video and the pictures of that Jack with dog in the house and found Zillow, you know, like how when they were trying to rent it, you know, how you did a while back with the house. So he found, took those pictures and goes, look at this point, look at the light, look at the flooring, look at the window, right? And he's like, and then he went and he did the house, and he's like,
okay, hold on. There's been hundreds of college kids in that house. Hundreds. It's a party house.
You know what? But it's not the house. Not the girl's house.
Yeah, but
I'm talking about the house that has the stuff.
What I'm saying is, okay, let's just say the house where the 4 victims were murdered. Okay.
Yeah.
There's been hundreds of people in that house. It's a college house with college students that have hundreds of friends. There's people,
no doubt.
In the very beginning, I heard people had the keypad. There's people all in and out of that house.
Yep.
Okay, so if somebody's out there with pictures from inside the house, of course, because they've probably been in the house. There's been a lot of people in that house.
I agree. That house is. If you were like some weirdo, you would have easy pickings to go in there and case it out and know.
Here's the thing.
You can know the house
inside and out. I believe a lot of young people have been in and out of that house. I do believe that they have. They've been in there partying. They're hanging out with their friends. They're doing what young people do. But I don't.
You're talking about the murder house.
Yeah, I don't believe a young person has committed these crimes. Okay.
Okay, I understand. I get you. I know your perspective for sure. The serial killer thing. But so what I'm saying is that the whole point is that he ends up putting out this video where he shows that the Jack dude with the dog is in that house and that he lived nearby, but nobody's kind of disclosed where this Jack boyfriend lives. And he kind of says, you know, this is where I believe he lives, is in that house that's within like
striking distance.
I don't know, like a football field away. You know, not even like and within line of sight of being able to watch the house.
But you know who also lives in that line of sight? All them other college kids. You know what I'm saying? All their friends.
But it also shows that the house. Hold on, let me just throw this out. That this particular house has a connection to the tree line that kind of curves around and goes into their backyard. Right? You can basically go out of the top window because the roommate of the Jack boyfriend says that, homie was asleep in his room, right? And that's why he wasn't getting the phone calls that they were trying to call him. But if you go out of the window of that top room and go onto the roof, you could actually walk and step right off of the roof onto the embankment that tree lines right to their house, right? So he puts out this video. She streams it and she's nervous because she doesn't know the dude and whatever. But at the very end of the video, he's like, dude, share this, whatever. So she felt comfortable enough to keep it up, right?
Dave, not to cut you off, but did you hear that, I want to say rest in peace to Sober Drunk Tom. I heard that Sober Drunk Tom passed away.
Yeah,
have you heard?
No. Well, when it comes to your chat room, I'm kind of, I rely on you for
information. Hold on for a minute. Let me talk. Guys, so I don't know how many of you have been watching for a while, but Sober Drunk, well, he's Drunk Tom in the chat, but then he changed. He said he stopped drinking. He became Sober Drunk Tom, and he used to call in all the time. I got word today that he passed away. So prayers to Sober Drunk Tom, okay? And that is
I've seen him in chat. You only have nice things to say.
Yeah, I love all my turtles, and we hate to lose one. You know what I'm saying? But we'll hold Sober Drunk Tom's turtle shell in honor, so
prayers both information. Call in, Sober Tom.
I don't think he's doing any more calling in, but if it's true,
where did you get that information from? Who did that come from?
Somebody posted it on the Dolly Vision Facebook group.
Okay. Oh, really?
Yeah, that Sober Tom is not with us anymore. So R.I.P. to Sober Tom. Yeah. Not throw you off topic. But anyway, Dave, I got to let you go. You've been talking for 20 minutes.
I know. Can I just throw out my last little thing here? Just real quick. I mean, there's been a lot of perspectives of, this headlights of, over by their house with the body cam footage, right? And so, another thing that that girl did was she kind of did this she used like Google Streets and kind of found an address that was kind of from the perspective of the police body cam. Going towards the girl's house, or the Forrest house. And she kind of took a portion of the street car that goes and takes that video and then, or that picture, and then she zooms from that perspective in order to give an equivalent of where those lights, those headlights were located and where it would be over at the Forrest house, right? You with me?
Yeah. I'm trying to.
So have you thought about those lights and if there's any connection?
No, I don't know, Dave. I don't know. But look.
Okay, well, hold on. Let me just do. Come on, this always happens.
No. You got to get it on tape. Dolly. Hello. Thank you for the save.
Dolly.
Thank you for the save.
You're welcome.
Okay, he was going fast. I was trying to keep up, but he was outrunning me by like 100 million miles an hour.
I love Three Dots, but he makes me tired sometimes when I'm not being rude.
He put my brain to work. I'm just trying to keep up with him. He's just.
I bet he's probably pretty good at figuring stuff out.
Hey, he's into true crime.
Go off like a shotgun.
He's into true crime, that's for sure. He's passionate.
Yeah.
He's passionate.
He really is. We got to appreciate that, right? But this is Juju, and the reason I'm calling in is because I'm following one of those groups on Facebook, and I sent it to your messenger, but I know you got piled up with messages. But they shared a link to apartments.com, and that house is up for rent.
Now?
But supposedly, I sent you the link on your messenger.
Wow. Who wants to, how much
So
is
you
the
look at
rent?
it.
I've been wanting to do some ghost
thought-
videos. That's scary, though.
Well, it doesn't make
I couldn't
any
stay in that
sense,
house.
though.
I couldn't stay in that house.
No,
that'd be too
Jeff,
bad.
ain't doing it.
That'd be scary as shit. But it's up for rent. I bet you it
That's
rents quick,
what- when I
too.
clicked
Because,
on the
college
link.
people are looking for places to live. They don't care. They're like, somebody died? Who cares? I need a place to live. You know?
That's a whole new level of don't give an F.
I mean,
I'm just saying.
if
But it
you
also
own
raises
just
some
think about if you
questions.
own the house, and you're thinking, okay, well, damn, 4 people just got killed in my house, because they didn't own the house; they were renters. So somebody else owns the house. The owner at that point goes, "What do you do as an owner? Do you go, okay, I got to rent my house out? You know what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah.
This is my source of
Yeah,
income.
no, I get it.
So I guess they got to do what they got to do. Like even the Walmart, our Walmart's still closed. I'm like, damn, we don't even get a Walmart no more. Dude, snap! They done closed a Walmart down.
Yeah, I see some people in chat saying that it's an old post, but when I clicked on the link and went to it, it said it was posted 2 weeks ago. I'm not saying like this is definite for sure. I'm just saying from what I could
they
tell,
are
but I try to debunk
gonna
stuff.
rent that stuff back out. I mean, just because somebody died in it, there's probably somebody died in a lot of people's houses, and you don't
Of
know
course,
about it.
but the only thing that I was thinking is if it really is, you would think there would have to be so much cleaning and probably renovations to get it livable. But if they did list it and they are getting it ready to sell, if it is true, then I would think that meant that the house was about to be released back to the owner, and maybe they have found something. Hopefully they have, and we just don't know about it yet. Because they're not going to turn over.
Somebody said that the
the
landlord is a slumlord and he has lots of rentals. Well,
oh,
yeah.
Okay, I don't know, but I just saw that link while I'm listening. I'm scrolling through Facebook and different stuff, and I saw that, and I was like, oh my goodness. So I figured I would just tell you about it.
Yeah.
Because people in chat.
I mean, I
know more
knew they
than
were
I do.
going to rent the house, but I knew
Yeah.
that somebody had to own the house and they were renters. It ain't the owner's fault that somebody got murdered in their house.
Yeah.
And then you're put in a situation where now, you gotta you know it's beyond the damage deposit, whatever they put down to clean up the crime. You know, when the owner goes in, he's going to have to paint the house. He's got to redo the carpets. He's going to do the floors. You know, so he's getting hit too from all of it. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, he is. And
but
right
I'm sure
now,
he has
the house isn't
insurance. I'm
paid
sure his
off.
insurance is going to cover damages to
I
the
hope
house.
so.
You know, because
his
they
house
said
payments
blood was
still
leaking out.
due.
They said blood was leaking out the house.
Yeah.
Like you got a
Yeah.
lot of blood to be leaking out the house, and you're talking about going through the floors. You're talking about ripping the floors up, the subfloors, every floor in that house where it was body murdered. They're gonna have to rip the whole floors out. That blood seeped right through the carpet into the wood and stuff.
Yeah, and I mean, I've looked at the people. I mean, I've looked at videos on both sides of that argument, whether it is blood or is not blood. I personally think it looks like blood to me, and people are talking about the color, and it's not right, the color, it is the right color, blah, blah, blah. And I'll just say this, that I've seen something with my own eyes, and the blood didn't change color after 7 hours. So, you know, and it was still pulled, and it was still, you know, it was not a good situation. But it looked, what I saw with my eyes looked like the same color and the same situation on
And
the
you
outside
know,
of
there's
the
gonna
house.
be blood on the ceilings. You know, because you think about when that knife pulls out, that blood is slinging back. Yeah, it slings.
Yeah.
I mean, everybody's watched CSI to know that. That blood just don't stay in one spot. That stuff's flinging everywhere. As he rears that knife back, that stuff's flying on the walls, the ceiling, everything. That place, you know, one day.
It's got to be terrible.
One day these pictures will leak, the crime scene pictures. But I can tell you it's probably the worst shit you ever seen if it's leaking out the house like that. You know?
I agree. I absolutely agree. And it is, I don't know, man.
Because, I mean, all crime scene photos eventually leak. They eventually come out. You know, the only thing that didn't come out, remember when Steve Irwin got killed? They never showed that.
No, they didn't. And I think his wife put a stop to that.
Yeah, that never leaked.
That
that was one of those things that never leaked that was like, I heard he was stabbed 100 times by the stingray, too. Just, you know, off subject. But, yeah, I watched the video on it the other day.
Yeah. I always look into the stuff like that. But one thing's for sure, if there's blood leaking out that house.
And I didn't know this. Hold on. Before we get back off topic, I didn't know a stingray would attack you, right? Because he didn't really swim up on the stingray. They say the stingray swam up on him and started stabbing him, right? But it's very rare that they do that a stingray will attack you. But this stingray had actually attacked Steve Irwin. Like, it wasn't something he was messing with. It actually swam up on him and attacked him.
That's nuts.
Yeah, I was watching that in a video that came out. I'll have to post that link on my community wall for all y'all fans.
And one other thing, because I know a lot of people want to call in, talk to you, and give their points of view. So I just wanted to bring up one thing, and I'm going to get off of here. Have you looked into the Texas killing fields?
No.
They put out a documentary on it on Netflix just recently, and I watched it. Boy, one episode, I was stuck. I could not move. I had to watch it. But there was something in Texas near the Houston area, and over a period, if I remember correctly, about 10 or 15 years-ish or so, there was all these women of different ages, including a 12-year-old girl. They were all killed and being put in spots. But because the cops were not versed in dealing with these types of situations, and the women from all different walks of life and everything else and ages, they never put them together. But they finally did. But because the evidence was degraded and lost and everything else, they couldn't pin him for all of them. And he ended up doing 8 years in prison, and he's out.
Wow. I have to check that out on Netflix.
Yeah,
I'm hooked
on.
I'm hooked right now on Wednesday Addams. I can't.
I love that show.
That's what I've been watching is Wednesday Addams on Netflix. So when I get a chance,
finished it, so I won't ruin it.
Yeah,
for
don't
you,
ruin it for me.
I hope they come. No,
I think I'm on about show 4.
I
think I'm about show 4 or so. I'm not very far into it.
It's good. I really enjoy it. It's a nice change of pace from all this business that we're usually dealing with.
Yeah.
But anyways, Anyway, Dolly, I'll let you go, and thank you for taking my call.
All right, peace.
Bye.
Yeah, I didn't think I'd like the Wednesday Addams show because it's kind of kiddish, but I've been started watching it, and I'm kind of like hooked on it now. I'm trying to just, you know what I'm saying? Because it's just old school Addams family, type shit. So I figured it'd be pretty good, and so far it's been a pretty good show. Dolly.
Jimmy.
Yes.
Can I just give me a minute and
okay,
and
now.
I'm on like coffee buzz. I'm trying to talk fast because I have a lot to say and I just want to get it in, right? Slow me down, take it down a notch, and then you can listen to everything I have to say.
Okay, go, just quick.
Please just let me get a minute, right? You need to set the timer.
Hey, Betty.
Yeah. So that girl did this thing with the perspective from the Google Streets and used that as her template of being able to overlay kind of thing where the lights are compared to where it is tied to that front apartment building, right? Through that little sliver and being able to see that house location, right?
What's up, Triple D?
The problem with using that perspective is that because that perspective is so far back and she's zooming in, that the perspective of the house actually, as you get closer, you really took the perspective of where the policeman was in that field. That the houses would the apartment building would get smaller and the background would get lower. So she's looking at it and going, it's in front of the house, right? It's not in front of the house. If you look at it from the point of view, if you went to like a football field closer in and took it from that perspective, then the background house actually lines up almost equal with the roofs, right? So the light that you see, that's kind of the reason why you can see the light and fading off like that, and it's shooting through trees. The
if y'all like the video right now,
above the house.
I will hang up on Dave.
Huh?
I was telling the viewers, if they like the video right now, we'll hang up on you.
No, please.
Okay, so your minute is up, dude. Your minute is up.
I think that the headlights are above the house in the parking lot above.
Okay, and UFO did it. UFO, Dave. UFO. Sure. UFO did it. Dolly.
Dolly, what's up, buddy?
What's up?
Not much. So, I'm just going to turn off my TV. But in regards to the whole IDAHO4 thing, I started thinking about something they brought up, about how Kaylee and Maddie were found. So, Kaylee and Jack were broken up. Mom and Dad thought they were getting back together. They're going to get married, yada, yada, yada.
Yeah.
What are the chances that maybe Kaylee and Maddie were doing some experimenting and got together? Jack found out about it.
Got mad about the girl. I would want to get in on it. Why would he get mad about it?
Because Kaylee didn't want him.
Oh, okay. I don't think too many dudes get jealous over the girl on girl action.
Well, not if you're with the girl, but if you're not with the girl,
maybe, yeah.
And more or less you get left for a girl.
Oh, unless you get left for a girl, yeah, that might mess with your manhood a little bit.
Yeah, and then if you think about the dog being in a separate room that was unoccupied, a dog will always go to the room it's used to sleeping in, which would have been Kaylee's room. And who else knows that? Who else would know that house better than Jack?
Well, Jack would have knew the two girls were downstairs too.
But maybe he had no intentions on them. He probably didn't have intentions on Ethan or I can't remember the other girl's name, right? But just by circumstance, he ran into them while leaving he ran into them, but just accidentally, and therefore had to deal with that. But I think there was somebody else with them, though, too.
Yeah, but they were stabbed in their bed. It's according to the original statement from the police, it said that it appeared the attacker attacked all these people while they were sleeping in their beds. So, and some of them have defensive wounds. So that just means, because there was a lot of stuff going on, so that means he didn't stumble across them. They were asleep. He went in there while they were asleep and started stabbing them.
But if all the rooms had coded locks on them, how would anybody know any of those codes?
But everybody probably didn't lock their doors.
Yeah, I don't know. I think it's weird, and I think that whole thing when they said they found Kaylee and Maddie in the same bed, I think that has more to do with him than a lot of people think.
Well,
but that's just my.
Let's just say they were having a relationship. That still don't have, you still shouldn't get stabbed to death in your bed.
No, absolutely not.
And I don't think a boyfriend is going to be so mad that he comes in there and stabs you and another chick in the bed as a guy. I don't think. I mean, there could be a dude out there so jealous and rampage by another woman that they did something like that. But I just don't see somebody that's not used to killing going in there and just killing so many people at one time.
I'll also assume that whoever did this was obviously had some alcohol or was on some drugs to sit there and alter their state of mind. Mm-hmm. So they had no real conscience about what they're doing. Right? But I think potentially in regards to Ethan and Xana, what the hell is her name? Can't remember. But anyways, I think that they were, I think that was just by fluke and by accident. I think he went upstairs and Kaylee and Maddie were probably the intended targets. Mm-hmm. And it was just unfortunate timing for Ethan and his girlfriend.
I thought Kaylee was downstairs because her dad said the killer didn't even have to go upstairs.
But I think they were talking about an exit that would have led right into the second floor. So it was probably a 3-story house. The 2 survivors, they were in like a basement style, the equivalent of a basement. So when he went in through the second door, I'm assuming that he would have went to the top floor first.
Yeah, the second floor.
Because if his intentions were to go to third floor, because
ground level.
The third
floor. The second floor would be ground level.
Yeah.
If you walking up to the front door, you would enter the house on the second floor, and if you came up to the back, you would enter the house on the second floor.
Yeah. So second floor, ground level. To me, that's the same thing. But if the original intentions were to attack Ethan and his girlfriend, wouldn't he have gone there first?
I don't think there was a targeted attack at all. Me myself. So
I just think for the damage they're reporting and the violence that they're reporting, I can't see it being just a one-off. Like, I want to just go attack people.
You think
I think they were targeted.
You think there was anger involved? Basically, somebody was mad.
Absolutely.
And you believe it's in one of the college-age students right around him?
I personally, in my opinion, I think it's the ex-Jack, and I think he had somebody with him, because to sit there and stab somebody that many times with somebody sleeping right beside them and them not trying to find a way out.
Do you believe that person was in the house, or that's the getaway driver that was driving the white Honda Elantra?
I think 2 people. I think, in my opinion, Jack and somebody else. He had somebody else with him. Went in the house. Maybe another female, or maybe another guy or something. But I don't think it was a female that would be able to. Ethan looks like a big kid.
But don't you think that'd be too easy for the FBI to go? They're going to talk to him. So why wouldn't they go? Hey, he's going to have to verify where he was at, what he was doing. They're going to check, phone records, see where his phone pinged. They're going to do all those things. The FBI is. Don't you think if it was somebody that close, they would have found a connection?
You know what? I'm not disputing that. But then you also have Kaylee's parents backing him and saying, no, he would never do that.
Yeah, just because they back him don't mean the FBI ain't going to run his stuff where he was at, verify his statements.
Yeah, you know what?
And a lot of times, I agree. I know this. The FBI came and seen me. I had a visit from the FBI. And they asked me questions. And let me tell you this. When I answered the questions, I don't even know why they asked me them. They already knew the answers to the questions. They already knew where I was at. They knew where I was at. They knew everything. They knew everything. Everything you could think, how the hell do you know this? They knew it. And they were asking me questions. The only reason they asked me questions is to make sure I wasn't lying. They already knew the answers to it. They said, yeah, we know you did this. You know what I'm saying? They already knew. Right? So sometimes they'll ask you questions to shit. They just ask you the questions just to ask you it. They already know the answers to the questions they're asking you. Where were you at? They already know where you were at. They done pinged your phone. They got shit. The FBI is one. I was scared. I ain't even gonna lie. It ain't like the police rolling up on you. The FBI rolls up on you, it's a different feeling. There's a whole different feeling. That dude grabbed my wrist. He said, "Step out here. Let me talk to you." I was like, "Oh shit!" Right? This ain't the police asking to talk to me. This is the FBI asking to talk to me. But I told truthfully stuff, and at the end of it, it all went good. But I just knew they knew everything before they even started asking me shit.
Oh, absolutely. So let's add this scenario in though. So this is obviously a premeditated thing, in my opinion. I leave my phone at home. My alibi is I'm at home sleeping. They ping my phone. Where's my phone pinging? At home.
Mm-hmm.
I can sneak in the house because I know the house like the back of my hand after dating Kaylee off and on for 4 or 5 years.
Yeah. And I mean, if you do have an alibi like that, that's going to be a hard one. If your phone pings at the house and they don't have no proof you were in that house, then it's a matter of proving.
And they're calling my phone. There's no way I'm not answering because I'm allegedly sleeping.
Yeah, and some of these people were turning off their locations on their phones and things. That was weird in this whole thing.
I always turn off my location for the most part. Unless I absolutely need it on. But like, to me, that's just my opinion in the scenario I kind of came up with after listening a lot about what this stuff came out, right?
Yeah. All right, look, man, I appreciate you calling in.
Yeah, man.
You have a good one.
Go Team Accident.
Peace. Team Accident. All right.
Bye.
He must have been calling from the Collie Rodney days. Remember we had Team Foul Play, Team Accident? Okay. We found out Team Accident kind of won that game. Okay. But this one for sure is Team Foul Play. All day. This damn sure ain't no accident. Dolly.
Hello, Dolly.
Whoa. You're a little loud.
I want to know your idea on when Kylie called her ex-boyfriend 6 times.
Uh-huh.
Wouldn't you call the next morning to find out what they were calling about?
If I wanted to talk to him, if I didn't want to talk to him, I wouldn't.
But they went together for 6 years, and they shared a dog together. There was some kind of a bond there.
Well, like, I got ex-girlfriends that I've been friends with for 20 years.
That's fair, but they just broke up. It wasn't very long.
Yeah, I don't know if it's the kid. I think if it was one of the kids, one of the ex-boyfriends or something, you can believe that the FBI is looking all into those people.
Well, yeah, I was just thinking, why didn't he call back? Or did he go over there that morning? Was he summoned to go over there? Like the rest of the young people?
I do know there were some other people that had came over to the house that morning, but I'm not for sure if he was one of those people.
Mm-hmm. Okay, and then I have another thought. I just want to throw it out there because it's real. Life is realistic. I want to just say, who was in love with who? You can read between the lines.
Well, I don't think if they were loving each other, they would be killing each other. Okay, I think this is something random. But hey, look, I appreciate you calling in.
That's not where I'm going. I'm going maybe, maybe 2 women were in love with each other, and somebody didn't like that idea.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's
possible.
That's kind of close to what the last caller was talking about.
Oh, okay.
All right, you be
good.
Well,
you have a good one. I'm glad you're safe, and I'm glad your daughter's safe.
All right, you too. Peace.
Bye for now.
All right, chat room, be nice, okay? It was super loud, okay? But you guys be nice, be respectful to everybody, okay? We wouldn't nobody disrespect you if you called in, so don't be respectful. It was loud. Guys, if you call, hold on, caller. If you call in, guys, don't scream. Relax, okay? Step away from the mic just a little bit if you're on a computer mic. Because when you come in that loud and that hot, it blows my eardrums out. Nothing personal against you. You don't know that your mic's going to be that loud. Okay? But if you're calling in, turn your TV down behind you. Hold on, callers. Give me a second. Turn your TVs down behind you. Relax. Talk to me like I'm right beside you. If I can't hear you, I'll tell you to speak louder. But I'm not deaf. Okay? I'm not deaf. Dolly.
Hey, Dolly.
Hey.
Hi, everyone. Hey, okay, so I've been thinking, if it wasn't one of the creeps that lived right there around those kids, because that would be so easy, they could slip from their apartment in there, do it right quick, go right back home, and probably not be seen because they would know what time to be out there when there's maybe no one looking. Okay, then if they came in a car, if it was two, someone would let them out at the bottom and then just ease on up to the parking lot and then get turned around and ease back down the hill, you know. The one that's doing it could blink a light letting him know, come on.
That area looked pretty busy at 3 o'clock in the morning from the body cam. There was a bunch of people walking by. There was lights on.
Yeah, there was a lot of people out on foot that night. Because, you know, we look at it as Sunday morning, it's still Saturday night to them. You know, so there was a lot of people out, including the law. But
yeah, because that police was right in that area when these murders happened.
Well, you could see the house from where he was in the field talking to those boys. That's how close.
Yeah, I know.
And, you know,
so
that's just
whoever this killer was
you know?
is brave. He killed him with the police in the area.
I know it, but just think about it. He may have just, you know, started. I mean, they don't know exactly. I don't think they know exactly between 3 and 4. So maybe, I don't know.
Well, I know they got home at 1:46.
Yeah, they said it happened between the killings happened between 3 and 4 because everybody got home and then they ate and stuff. Well, the very last phone call or text message from any of those 4 people was Callie and her sister, I think. And then that's when it all, you know, everything stopped, and that was like at 15 till 3, I think, was the last time that, and, you know, was, no, 1 minute, it would have been them texting Jack. But right now, I think about this and I think about it, and I'm always kind of, well, right now, Jack D, Jack S, I tell you, they're equally suspicious looking to me. And it's like, I don't know, Jack S lived right there. And so did the weird guy with the screaming video. And said that guy that, you know, kept inserting himself. What's his name? Jeremy?
Now, the guy that put out the video screaming, he's faked other things before. Does he actually live right there by them?
That's the way everybody's talking, or else it was just one of his lies saying he lived across the street from them. But, yeah, he lived across the street from them because the first time he spoke of it, he said that there was no screams. And that was weird as crap. How it was spooky, you know, how
he said there's no what?
The way he phrased it. He said, the first time he was interviewed, he said that they slipped in there, killed them, no one made a sound, no screaming, nothing. And then all of a sudden, he comes back and says, well, I forgot I had, you know, come on now. Okay. But he came back and said he had a tape. Yeah, I had that tape of them screaming, and then that turned out to be. And you know what? If I could get around him,
that guy don't live in that neighborhood. He lives. Everybody's saying he lives in Canada. Joseph Morris. He lives in Canada.
That's what I was thinking. It was probably just one of his lies then. But you know, then he came back and said, "He's crazy. I wish I could stomp a mud hole in his." But because that had me tore all pieces. I was about to find me a psychiatrist.
Oh, Lord.
I was like, man, you know, really.
Well, you can pay me 3 easy payments of $19.95, and I'll be your psychiatrist.
I found one
I'm
right
good,
before
though. I'm good.
Yeah, right before I called you, it was laying over here in the ashtray, and it wasn't a cigarette. So I feel better. But yeah,
See,
I
there's a lot
believe
of
people
life
are
coaches.
crazy.
There's a lot of life coaches on the internet, but there ain't no psychiatrists. So I'm going with bootleg
Yeah,
psychiatrists.
they are a lot of there's a lot of everything on true crime on here. You can find just about anything. Everybody keeps saying to watch Crime Circus video, that it's very important to watch that. It's breaking down Jack D, I think, right? And then they're saying to watch. They always say watch you.
Yeah,
and I
you know,
always
the
tell
last
people
time we
watch
broke
you
down a
too.
bunch of kids, it ended up not being the kids.
Really? Tell me about. I can't
I'm just
remember.
saying, you know, in the whole Callie Rodney thing, everybody broke down every kid that lived in damn, what was it, Truckee, California. By the end of it, I knew by the end of Callie Rodney, I knew who every kid was in Truckee, California. Never been there, but I know everybody that lives there, okay? And we're kind of getting into this in this whole IDAHO4 thing, right? They're going to dig up every kid. Before this is done, the internet will talk about every kid at that college, okay?
Because this stuff happens around these kids. They get in crowds and they do like alcohol, and they're really, really young for some of the drugs they could get a hold of, you know. And if they're already drinking, next thing you know, there's a big story around them.
I've got a lot of drinking, and I ain't never woke up with a knife in my abdomen. You know what I'm saying? The drinking and the partying don't have nothing to do with it. The problem is we got psychotic, crazy people out here. Is the problem?
Yep, and we got brats that bully, and we got people that might have a little wire twisted there, and you better not be, you know, you can't do that anymore, making fun of people, bullying and all that. Boy, they'll come back on you.
Karma gets you in the end
None of those people were a bully. I'll tell you what I thought for a long time is with, let's see, Jack S. I thought, okay, you know, his parents, you know, of course, everybody knows this, his parents are filthy, filthy rich. And so he just seemed to me like maybe what the profile I had in my mind, what was going on was like some college boy, he's big shot, you know, and he can't handle a woman turning away, saying, leave me alone. You know, because like, maybe that don't happen to him a lot, or, you know, how you can just feel like some people are all up with themselves, you know what I mean?
Yeah, and you thinking that dude may have got mad because he was rejected and couldn't take the rejection and did something horrible.
It's not. Other people talk about it. Probably some little weird-looking guy, you know, that can't get a girlfriend. In my mind, it was probably someone that could get them, and he could get most all of them.
And that's what made him mad?
Maybe, you know, all of us are just thinking out loud, really, I guess. But, you know, that did cross my mind. And then, well, at first, that's what I was thinking, and I told my friend, she has got to start coming down here and sitting and watching you and YouTube True Crime with me. I need someone to talk to about it.
Okay, all right. Well, look, I appreciate you calling in. And make sure you have a blessed holidays if I don't get to talk to you between now and Christmas and New Year's and all those things.
Okay, Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas, everyone.
Merry Christmas. Peace.
Peace.
Okay, so she thought somebody mad from rejection and may have done something horrible. Some dudes can't take rejection. That is true, right? They can't take it. Like, you know what I'm saying? Dolly.
Hey, Dolly. Just want to stick up real quick for this kid, Jack S. or whatever, that everyone's labeling the killer. There's no evidence that he knew these girls. Like, he didn't follow them on social. There's no evidence he was even at the food truck. There's no evidence at all against this kid.
And that's the one they believe that's that.
Destroyed this kid's life. Like, he can't get a job, he can't get anything until they find the killer. Like, what I suspect is happening is that he comes from a very prominent political family. in the state.
The killer?
So people have hijacked this and attacked him because of the
Oh, you're
politics.
talking about Jack. Oh, yeah, I heard his dad, somebody in his family is a attorney general.
Like the state attorney general or
yeah, I've heard
prosecutor or
that.
something like that.
Yeah.
So political activists are coming in and attacking this kid, and there's no evidence that he
did anything. Yeah,
right,
he's in college trying to get his life together, and he got all this shit falling on him, is what you're saying.
Right, until they find this killer, I mean, nobody's going to hire this kid. It could be everyone thinks he's involved with this murder. It's crazy. So
yeah, but even
anyway, don't discount the ex-lover, the upset ex-lover theory. I noticed a lot of these cases, Arias, Peterson, Watts, it's always the ex-lover, so or the current lover.
Yeah, but there's so many people. There's so many ex-lovers. You know what I'm saying? The more number of people die, the more ex-lovers we got. Let's just say all of them.
Well, it could have been.
Let's just say all of them had 2 ex-lovers. Then we got 8 people we got to go look for. To figure out what is going on in that.
Well, it did sound like. I mean, so say Kaylee was the target. Everyone else could be collateral damage. She was in bed with someone. Maybe the 2 people downstairs heard something, confronted them, right? Like it could have just been one target, and everyone else was just by mistake. I do think he had help, though. I do think he had help probably from that white Elantra.
Yeah, so, somebody
because they're talking like the person in the white Elantra is not the killer. That they're talking like if you look at the police statement, they're like, oh, the person in the white Elantra has information that's key to the case. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
so
it's a getaway driver.
Right, getaway driver. All right, just want to put my 2 thoughts.
Okay. All right, my man. Peace.
I appreciate it. Bye.
That is true. A lot of these kids being named, but everybody's a suspect. You're around there, you're kind of a suspect. These kids do got to go on with their lives after this. And if they don't have nothing to do with it, right? Then they don't really need their information blasted. But I mean, it's the internet. They should know. They created it. These young kids created the beast. Okay? It's your fault, young college-age kids, that the internet runs the way it does. Okay? The information is going to come out because people want to know. Is it going to hurt people in the future? And it's true what he said. Just think about if I was hiring people and I just seen you on YouTube and you might be connected. And no proof to it, but people are saying you might have been there or something. You come in and I got a couple people to choose from. And I'm like, I seen that dude on YouTube. You're most likely, you're right. I'm not going to give you a job. And I ain't saying everybody's going to see that or know who Jackass is or any of those things. But that is a real possibility. Dolly.
Hey. Okay, I'm gonna give you my theory. Okay.
All right, I'm gonna take it.
And it's gonna blow your mind.
Boosh.
It's a group. Yeah. It's a group of them.
Okay.
And the house was the target, the address, the number 13 in it, and they're foreigners. It's 2 of them. It's 2 guys, 20s to 30s, they're foreigners, and they're selling this. They're streaming it online, and they're selling it to other countries. That's why they can't catch them, for one. Number 2, you heard about the black sedan that was out there parked?
I thought
they're not bringing that up.
I thought they were in a black, like when the black car was the Uber that had took them home.
No, the one parked by the apartments that night.
They're saying there's no 13 in the address.
Yeah, but it was the address. It wasn't them. And I know it was hard to believe because it took me a while. I had to study it. It's going on all over the United States if you'll Google it and look at it.
The address is 1122. No 13.
Yeah, the 13s. No, it's 13. You add the numbers up, Dolly. Add them up. And it's 6 is in it too. But if you look, I know I've been studying this since it come out. In the comments,
you gotta call Nicolas Cage for this one because that's some Da Vinci Code stuff. He said you got to add the numbers up. That's some Illuminati.
Yeah, the address is targeted because look how clean that house is. And nice. You're gonna rent that to college kids. Look at it, how nice it is. I'm telling you. I know it's hard to believe because I didn't want to believe it. I wanted to think the boyfriend, and there's something up with that food truck. Who live streams selling food at night? Maybe
people to hungry, drunk college kids. Hey, look, we got food. and it's live streaming, and you're like, I used to go to this bar. It's called Baja, and they cook your tacos right in front of you. And even if you wasn't hungry, I always bought a taco because they're cooking it right in front of you. It makes you hungry.
Yeah.
You know, it's like if somebody was showing you food right now, you would get hungry.
Yeah. But then who's to say they didn't put something in the food and knock them out? You know, so they wouldn't fight back.
So the food truck dudes are going to be like, when we get off work, we're going to drug these people. Then when we get off from the food truck, we're going to go kill them?
I think, yeah, it's a group of them. Yeah. Yeah, and they're all in on it. Look at them. They're all guilty looking. They're buying. Did you hear when he said, I got 2 tickets sold, and he called out the guy's name? Well, they cut that out, and you don't hear about that anymore. Did you hear that or no?
No, I didn't hear nothing about no tickets being sold.
Yeah, and I put in the comments, what is he talking about selling tickets? They probably buying tickets to watch this live. You see what I'm saying? And then after all that,
I've seen a movie like that, kind of like that, where they were like live streaming stuff. Murders.
Yeah.
I forget what it's called, but
if they do it out of another country, because 2 of them's foreigners. I done Googled it and researched it. 2 of them's foreigners.
The killers are?
Yeah, 2 of them are.
How do you
just
know that this is going on? How do you
know?
Because
I've been studying it. I got all the paperwork right here, people's names.
What paperwork? Where'd you get this paperwork?
No, I wrote it down. It's going on all over the United States, and they're squishing it because they can't catch them because they get them. And I think they're going to Canada, driving to Canada, and getting out of the United States that quick.
Okay, so they're killing. So some immigrants are coming into the country. They're killing people. They're videotaping it. They're live streaming it.
And they're
Let me tell
selling
you
it.
this. I've been to Idaho. They don't have Wi-Fi.
They don't have Wi-Fi. Come on.
That shit don't work.
Well,
you ain't streaming shit around there. Hate to blow your theory out. Been there, done that,
this
tried
is
it.
high up. This is like high up. I didn't want to believe it either. I wanted to keep thinking it was a boyfriend.
I was in the cornfield. You ain't streaming shit.
No, I'm telling you. I'm telling you.
No internet. Signal be on one
I
bar.
knew nobody was going to believe it. I knew nobody was going to believe it.
That killer had 1 bar. Okay?
No.
He had 1 bar.
No.
I'm just letting you know.
They probably had that house wired
when this is all done. If you're right, he'll go by the 1 bar killer.
They could probably see them on camera all the time in that house.
If he was streaming it,
who wouldn't want to see college girls running around naked?
Okay, if he was streaming it, his shit was buffering. Okay, everything in Idaho buffers.
Well, I don't know about that. I mean,
I've been there.
Yeah, no, whatever. But who's to say they didn't film it? Come on now, who's gonna rent a house to college kids and you're not gonna want to film them?
And not me. They put
live
people in jail
stream
for
and
that.
see them.
What's up, Prolific?
See them girls? Those girls were beautiful.
Yeah,
you know?
but you ain't supposed to videotape them.
I know that, but that's what I'm saying. I didn't want to believe it either. I'm telling you. Okay, watch what they're not going to be able to catch them, though, I don't think. No.
I mean, if he's videotaping it, how hard should it be to catch? All you got to do is tune in.
No, and then I think what they're doing after all that, they're making a game out of it. You know these video games, like you go in and kill people? Well, how real would it be to play a video game and actually that person get killed? You see what I'm saying?
Oh, like if you kill somebody in a game, they died in real life?
Yeah. Ooh. How cool would that be to some people that play them games? I don't.
That's PlayStation 10 in the year 2034. PlayStation 10. You die in the game, you die in real life. Coming out this Christmas.
I'm telling you.
Okay.
I didn't want to believe it either. Okay, yeah, Merry Christmas. Okay.
All right, bye-bye.
Bye.
Peace. Okay, you got to add the numbers up, okay? If you take 2 plus 2 equals 5, and then you minus that times the 1 that I left out, and you times that by 0, okay? It tells you right there who did it. It's all in the numbers, okay? It's all in the matrix. Okay? Look, they came in from Canada like stealth assassins. Nobody even seen them coming. They were Canadian geese, all right? They came in. Now, all joking aside, I don't know. I do believe it's a serial killer. I don't know if it's being televised. That's a little... I mean, I have seen movies like that, you know, of something similar in nature. Stop calling 3 Dot. You done burn up 30 minutes of my time today. I'm 30 minutes back, but the chat tell me something crazy is happening. It's sick. LOL. Dolly.
Hello.
Hello.
So, I'm thinking where there was no blood outside, all those college kids running around, nobody saw nothing. The guy obviously knew what he was doing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, if it's been almost a month now, there were those other killings on the 13th. Like, that's kind of weird. I don't know if that's related or not, but that's like another thing, too, is those killings, they've never been solved.
I know. I've been saying the same thing. That's what makes me think, one, that it's similar crimes like this. This ain't the first time for this killer.
Yeah. I need to branch out and see, like, if there's other killings that have happened
Even
on the 13th
if, say,
throughout
two
the
of them,
years.
say, there's two other ones. Say, let's take the very first one out. That ain't the person. There's that one of years ago, right? But let's just say before that, he was doing other crimes like peeping Tom, stalking, and then he moved up to that first murder, and then a bigger murder, the college student murders. I believe whoever's doing this is
Who's to say he
escalated.
wasn't peeping in windows or something and got locked up for a
That's
little
what
while?
I'm saying. That's
and
why
then
I believe
repeated after. There
the
could
police-
be many factors.
The police need to go through people of that nature. It could be something just as simple as you were trespassing or something like that on somebody's property, or you were peeping Tom in, you know, or something of that nature. And if it's somebody local, it's going to be something like that. But I think it's somebody that commutes through that area for some reason.
Yeah, me too. Like, I wonder if she's waited on him before, like one of the girls that worked at the Greek restaurant or Greeks or something like that.
Yeah, and they just
I wonder, because I've been a server for years. I've done serving and nursing, and you'll get these regulars that they seem like they're harmless, but to them, it like means something totally different, and they become like infatuated. And they could say something nice to you one day or give you a nice tip, or they hear you snickering to the other girls like, oh, he's back, or oh, God, my stalker, or whatever, you know, and they catch feelings and they get grudgeful. You know, they're mean, they're psycho, they're crazy.
Yeah. Hold on, I'm getting a little feedback.
And those girls were pretty. And I don't know, I have a bad feeling that one of them girls, the one that got stabbed, was it Kaylee that got it differently? I just feel like she might have been targeted and the others got in the way.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of people for some reason think she was the target.
I mean, he could have, I feel like it still was like somebody that's done this before, but I feel like for some reason that she drew him into that kill. You know what I mean? The others might have been just random, but for her, I don't know. I think this killing, it happened because of, I believe, one person there.
Yeah, I mean,
unfortunately, I don't know.
I just think whoever had the most wounds might have been the one that woke up, you know, and they stabbed the person the most because it took you extra because you had to kill that person. Some people don't die on the first stab. You know what I'm saying? You might have stabbed them a couple extra times.
And you got to remember, those two were thick as thieves. They were like sisters. They were besties. Are you not going to fight for your girl? You know what I mean? Or your guy, your dude, your friend. You know, I would be like totally instinct, like, and she was so tiny, the Maddie girl, she was so tiny. You know, her instinct was probably to protect her. You could see she, at the truck place, she looked after her. They looked after each other. One of them might have been fighting way harder for the other one, that maybe Maddie wasn't doing so good and maybe Kaylee was kicking butt for a minute, you know? Poor thing. I don't know. It's just...
Yeah, I'm thinking time they woke up.
No blood outside.
Time they woke up, it was too late to put up a real fight. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Especially if they were sleeping and that first wound's a fatal wound. You know?
And they drank and ate and they were probably just passed out. Oy.
Yeah, sleeping good and dream world. And next thing you know, boom.
Poor things never saw it coming.
Yeah, never saw it coming. And hopefully they didn't have to, you know, it was quick and they didn't have to suffer. But, you know, it's terrible to say I hope it's quick, but I don't want people laying there dying slowly. You know what I'm saying?
You don't want them suffering.
Yeah,
you don't,
and hopefully
that
that it was their passing was quick. Is all quick, and they went to heaven and everything. And they didn't have to suffer. Now the people with the defensive wounds, they suffered. That they were awake.
They were fighting.
They were fighting, and they know what happened to them when they died. Some of these other people that didn't have defensive wounds, they might not have never even knew they got stabbed. They were out unconscious, asleep, got stabbed, and it was fatal. And then you got the couple people that woke up. These people, it's horrible. Because they did have to suffer because they know they're dying. They know they're being attacked. So
the thing that could have gone through their head, that fear, that everything, all just.
And this person will get
not
caught.
The way they
it'll be a long
to go.
time, I'm thinking, though. To be honest, I think it'll be a long time. But I think this person will get caught because they're going to do it again. And
exactly. And they're going to get caught.
Yeah,
and
they'll
then
get
that's
caught.
how they're going to get caught for this one, and hopefully the other ones too, if they did do them.
Yeah. And I mean,
I don't know, Dolly.
And they'll pay one
It's
way or
crazy.
another. They'll pay one way or another in this world,
I'm praying.
And if not in
I'm
this world, they'll
praying.
pay in the afterlife.
So, it'll always come back around to get your butt.
Yep.
Best believe that.
All right, you
I'm
be
glad
good.
your daughter's all right, Tiff. I'm glad your daughter Tiffany's okay and everything.
I'm
that
so
scared
glad.
the crap out of me, boy. I cried.
Yes.
I saw the fear in your eyes, and it was so sad. Like I had to rewind it because I had to hear it because it like caught my attention. I'm like, oh my god, what just happened? And I like rewound it, and it was like,
Yeah, because
thank
the
God
first
you are
time
the
she
father
said
that
it,
you are.
I didn't really
'Cause,
catch it.
you were like, yeah, but when you answered it, like you just being a good father that you are, like this is how I am. Like, oh, gotta get that call because you just never know.
And I did
And
say
then
that too.
lo and
I was
behold,
like,
oh
I
my
was like,
goodness.
let me hit her back. It could be something crazy. And
Yeah,
I wasn't expecting that though.
No,
there's an active
no.
shooter. I'm locked in. That was scary.
No.
That was super scary.
That
I was panicking.
scary. Holy
And
cow,
bless the
that's scary. I was
911
crying.
caller that had to talk to me because that lady she needs to be a psychiatrist. She was so calming. You know what I'm saying? She was like, "Don't worry, look, trust me, don't worry. She's in a room. We got people there. Don't be." You know what I'm saying? She was just.
And that kept you together better.
It kept me together. Yeah, honestly, it did. So that lady right
'Cause I
there,
would've been losing
I ever
it,
met
too.
her, I would hug her. I'd be like, "Man, thank you for keeping me," because I was freaking out. And she was just filling
I was
me in. She's
freaking
like,
out.
"There
I
was
don't even
shots.
know
We
you."
don't know what's going on, but there's officers. There are already officers in the mall. So it was,
I caught a news clipping a couple minutes after, and they were saying how something about the food court and stuff, and then
Yeah.
I was freaking out. I think I texted you like, "Is she okay?" And then I'm like, "Oh my god, he doesn't have time for this." And then I'm like, "Listen to the scanner" or something like that. Like I was freaking out, and then you sent a post on your Facebook, and it said she was away and she was okay, and I was like, "Oh, thank God, thank God,
Even
thank
when
God."
she
I
got
was
away from the
freaking out.
mall, even when she got completely away, we didn't exactly know what was going on. She didn't. You know what I'm saying? Because
That was the only thing.
all she seen was people running, screaming, "Shoot her." You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then that's all it took for everybody to go into lockdown measures.
Yeah.
And
That was the only thing that made me worried was that they let her go, but they didn't have the shooter, and the shooter was on foot. Like, geez, crow, what if he jumped in somebody's car or something?
yeah, maybe
Like,
there was
I don't
something.
know.
Maybe they had something to it. Like maybe it would have been some beef with some kids or something like that. You know?
Yeah, they probably got into a parking lot fight. Thing
Yeah, and then the
broke
shots were
out.
fired into the food court. But still, it's still either way, it's scary. My kid could be up in there getting
Yeah.
lunch or grabbing some food, and there's
Kudos to her, though. She handled it good. She had one on the phone with the police. They knew what they were doing. They hid. They barricaded. They did protocol. She called you. You got on the phone with 911. Like, you all handled it really good. I'm proud of you guys. I'm just glad it all ended well.
yeah, that scared the shit out of me. I don't want that never to happen again.
I'm like shaking right now thinking about it, and I don't
Yeah.
even know you. I just know you from TV, and you
Yeah,
feel like
yeah.
a friend or family,
Yeah,
But
nobody
anybody,
wants.
you don't matter. That's
Nobody
somebody's kid.
wants
Like,
that
oh
call.
My God.
And it just happened to be I was live, but hey, that's what I'm
My
saying. You
kids
can
were
never
out
think.
at the park, and I was like, get home,
You
home
can't
right now.
think
They're
like this
"Mom."
shit can't happen to me. That's what happens to everybody. When you sit around and think, well, this won't happen to me. Nah, this shit can happen. This can happen to my kid, your kid, me, you, anybody. We could be shopping right now and somebody pull a gun out and start shooting for just some crazy reason. Christmas
It
holidays.
just takes a second at the wrong place.
They made some
God.
bad investments and they ain't got no money and they're broke at the holidays. Next thing you know, they're killing everybody around them and you just happen to be there, man. I don't want to go out like that. I don't want to go out because somebody's mad and they ain't got nothing to do with me. I want to die. Somebody ought to kill me for something I did.
I never used to be scared to go shopping by myself. Like I said, I waitressed and I worked like late at night and I would hit the Walmart, have tips on me and everything, hide some in the car or whatever, go shopping. I'm scared after dark now by myself. Like I'm like a little scaredy cat now, and I always make my boyfriend go with me, or I won't
don't blame you.
I've never been that way before.
I mean, it ain't just like that for women. I do that. When I get out my car, I look around, make sure ain't nobody going to rob me or any of that. When I go to get out my car, and I'm a dude.
Yeah.
You know, I'm like, all right, let me make sure there ain't nobody around here look like going to run up with a gun.
I always tried to be, aware of my surroundings, but I've got a fear now. I've got a real fear now, and it's everywhere. It's just, I mean, look, we're watching you last night. Boom, your daughter at the mall. Just a few weeks ago, it was the Walmart in your town. Like, you could have been there.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Yeah, they still ain't opened that Walmart back up. I need some shit from Walmart too, and it ain't even open.
Oh, it's not open?
Nah, they might. It closed indefinitely.
Oh, wow.
They're still paying the employees, but they closed the store indefinitely. So
that was awful.
I mean, I'm sure they're going to remodel it or something. I guess they don't want people going back there to the same looking store that a bunch of employees were murdered at.
Yeah, it's too traumatic.
But I don't want them to close the damn Walmart down. It's the closest one to me.
No, they'll either redo it or relocate or something. They won't take, if y'all had a Walmart there, that's too much business. They'll relocate or something.
Yeah, and that's a real popular Walmart
one.
too. Just think.
Yeah, they'll bring it back.
It sucks that employees died. I don't know what was going on with that guy. He had some mental issues. I read his little letter he wrote about people, and he thought people were watching him and listening to him.
Yeah, he didn't seem to. Something wasn't right.
Yeah, he wasn't all there, and
no.
Well, at least in all of it, he did everybody justice. He did himself in, because when you do things like this, Virginia don't have the death penalty anymore. So he would even, he would even have got the death penalty here. And I believe when you commit crimes like this, they did away with the death penalty here in Virginia.
I believe you do a death, you get a death.
I believe that too, and not only that, but kill multiple people, innocent people that never done nothing to you. Yeah, I believe he deserved to die.
Lightly to that, but you kill my child, and I just know I'm going to want.
And these spree shooters, that we know are guilty, it's on film, and we watch you kill innocent people. There shouldn't be a long, drawn out trial. They should take you and execute you for everybody to watch. So the next person that thinks, hey, I want to go up in here and hurt a bunch of innocent people while they're trying to do their Christmas shopping, won't do it. They'll be like, well, I don't want to be the person that gets executed. 20 years on death row and shit like that. That ain't justice.
You know what some places do? I believe it's like lose a finger or lose a hand if you steal.
Yeah.
Guess what they don't got a lot of problems with over there?
Everybody in America would be handless.
I threaten my kids with taking their electronics. Guess what? They start listening. You know what I mean? Like you make shit loud and clear, and they listen.
Yeah.
And I'm sorry, but they do half the stuff that they would never want done to them.
Yeah, that whole going in and hurting innocent people, and it always seems to be around the holidays or stuff like that. But look, hey, I appreciate you calling in.
Yeah, sorry. Yes, thank you.
You be
have
good
and
have happy
you.
holidays.
Yes, you too.
Peace.
Bye-bye.
All right, guys, y'all give me 1 second. I just got to grab a lighter, okay, and I'll be right back with you. Don't go anywhere. All right, I am back. That'll give you time to like the video. If you haven't liked it yet, we're at 800. We got 1,300 people watching. If you haven't yet, hit that like button for your boy Dolly. Let's get me up to 1,000. We got 3 Dot Dave blowing up the phone lines. 3 Dot. Stop calling. Anybody else, you're more than welcome to call. But 3 Dot, you're on hold, buddy. Don't make me block you. Don't make me block you. I'm feeling my trigger finger feeling itchy tonight. It's feeling itchy. So a lot of people are looking into these kids, diving into their kids. And, you know, that guy called in. He said, well, look, man, think about these kids' future. If they go to try to get a job. That's the only person tonight to look at the flip side of things. So, you know, I thought that was a good call. You know, like, yeah, these kids do got things going on. And they, you know, and they're in college, a lot of these kids. And if they don't have anything to do with the murder and they're getting all wound up into this internet thing, it could be years before we figure out what's going on. And then their names get cleared. You know what I'm saying? So many people thinking that Jack did this or Jack S did this. So that is true. That is true. And especially if you really ain't got nothing to do with it. And I think a lot of these kids, when the internet gets all wild and crazy, is don't feed into it. You know, because if you do, the more you feed into it, the more speculation there is. Dolly.
Hey, Dolly.
Hey.
I just want you to know I'm glad that your daughter was all right.
Yes, I am super glad too.
Well, that was really
when the
shocking.
Police, when they told me the police to her, the police have made it to her. I was thinking, thank God. I mean, it felt like the whole world lifted off my chest. I was just thinking, man. And then, then I sent her some money for Taco Bell once I knew she was safe.
Right. I'm telling you, you just never know. It could be a car accident. It could be anything. You just don't know.
Yeah, I mean, it could be. I fear those things. I fear those calls. That's why I'm so quick to call back or somebody call, you know, to answer it.
Right.
Because you just never know. I'm just praying to God every time I answer the phone. It ain't nothing bad though.
Mm-hmm. How come you didn't go up there?
One, I didn't have tags on my vehicle. Okay.
Oh,
because I'm getting my vehicle legal tomorrow. So I was in the process of. I had called. I was going to go up there. I had somebody on the way to get me. Right. As I was on the phone with the police, I had already reached out and had somebody on the way to come get me up there. But once I found out, and Tiff was like, the police are here, they're at the back door. So I was in communications with Tiff once I got off the phone call with 911. So she's like, they're outside. I just talked to them. They're about to escort me out the building. Okay, so I knew at that point.
You know, there ain't nothing would have stopped me.
Yeah.
I'd have been over there at my neighbor's house or something. Hey, you got to give me a ride. Here's
it all happened.
$50. Here's
It all
$100.
really. It all happened.
Take me up there, drop me off at the curb.
It really happened really fast. So it was going real fast. The police acted really quick. Believe it or not, from the time I was on the phone with the police and I got off the line, it was a matter of 5 minutes. Before I could even get my ride here, they were already had her out the building. She was across the street.
Well, that's good.
The police did a good job.
Oh, speaking of shopping for Christmas, and you do have to worry about getting robbed or mugged, you know, all the time now. Well, anyway, I don't know if you know anything about gaming systems.
Yeah, I do know a bit of gaming.
You've heard of the Xbox X?
Yeah, the Xbox. Yeah, I know about the Xbox.
The Xbox X, which is the high-dollar, expensive gaming system.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you know, of course, everybody wants it, and there's a shortage of them. There's not enough to go around.
Yeah.
So I found out through the grapevine, because I've been looking for one, for my son for Christmas. So lo and behold, I had one, just one. Only one left up there at Walmart.
Mm-hmm.
So I called up my husband, and I was like, you got to get down there, and you got to get it. There's only one left. You got to get that, or we're not going to find another one.
Mm-hmm.
So he goes up there, right? Leaves work a little bit early, goes on up there, and he gets it. You know, he gets to the door. I said, did you get it? He goes, yeah. He said, my head was on the swivel. My head was on the swivel. The second I put it in my cart, he says, I didn't know who was looking. So he says, my head was on the swivel all the way to my truck.
So
yeah. He said he was ready to fight. He said, I was ready to fight and go down. I wasn't going to let nobody take that gaming system.
Yeah. Well, you never know when a little 80-year-old lady's going to come up with a walker and beat you in the head for it at Walmart. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I got beat to a big screen TV I tried to buy on a Black Friday sale by this little old lady. She got to me there
Oh,
first,
yeah.
so she was quicker. You know what I'm saying? Don't let them walk
They
us
can
for
be
you.
ruthless at a Black Friday sale.
Yeah,
They get
you know
in
what
there
I'm
and
saying?
get down
Last thing
and
I want to
dirty
do is
for
get beat
that.
up by an old lady. I was like, nah, I'll just let her get it.
Right.
She actually grabbed 2 of them too. So we had a little. I was like, lady, I've been waiting in line. She's like, well, my daughter was here with me. I was like, well, where's your daughter right now? There's 2 TVs. There's 2 of us. You get one, I get one. She was like, nah, they mine.
Right.
And I was just like, oh my Lord. You know what I'm saying? Her daughter comes up, and I'm like, yeah, but your daughter didn't stand in line the whole time. You know what I'm saying? It was something like that. And that's when I was like, the hell with these Black Friday sales, because I had waited in line to get that TV.
Right.
And then I didn't get it.
Better off to just pay the extra couple of $100.
Because
and
the
that way
one
you
little
don't get
old lady
killed.
wanted to be greedy and not leave something for somebody else. You know what I'm saying? I was like, damn.
Well, just as bad as the pandemic and the
I
toilet
hope the
paper.
TV's
Remember
broke.
that?
It's probably meant to be. It's probably a cheap-ass TV.
People fighting over toilet paper, too.
I know.
With the pandemic.
So I don't do the Black Friday stuff anymore. I'm almost completely switched to Amazon.
Right.
Everything's delivered to me.
Right.
I rarely go out. Unless I need it immediately. Right, like I need something like I gotta have it.
Right.
Like, to do this.
Right.
I'll go to Walmart. But other than that, I just Amazon.
Right. That way it
Everything's
comes
right
to your
to my
door.
door, and I don't have to worry about it anymore. I'm surprised shopping
Well,
ain't
I'm just
obsolete.
glad that she was all right. And I know you had talked about getting her a weapon for the house she moved to
Yeah.
with the roommates. But the only thing I want to tell you about that was, oh, yeah, you think it's a good idea, and that way she could defend herself, right?
Uh-huh.
But then you got to worry about the roommates because you don't know who's going to get a hold of it.
Oh, well, I'll get her something to lock it up. And
I
of course,
mean,
even in my house, I keep
Yeah,
my
somebody
stuff
else
locked up.
might get a hold of it.
Yeah, I'm
And
gonna
then
get her.
if they use it, if they're high or drunk or whatever, and they use it on somebody else, then you're going to be responsible, or your daughter, for letting them get a hold of this weapon.
Well, nah, her friends are nerdy, good kids that are like, they manage stores and shit.
So that's kind of the way the law
nerdiest
works
kids.
now.
They're the nerdiest kids in the world. I hate to say it. They
Right,
are. They're just,
right.
They ain't doing
Right.
nothing wrong. They ain't breaking no laws.
That's good, but I mean, you do have to think about that because if someone else gets it and uses it, then they'll hold you responsible for having it.
Yeah,
You know, for having
sure.
access to it.
My kid is more responsible than me.
Well, I could believe that, Dolly.
The world would be safer with her with a gun than
I
me.
could believe
okay?
that 100%.
Okay. Look, you have a good one.
All right. Bye-bye.
All right, peace. Yeah, your roommates might kill you, Tiff. I see you in the room. Get a padlock for your door. Dolly.
Hey.
Hey.
Dolly.
Yes.
I finally got through.
Good. How's it going?
Yeah. Good. So I have a whole new theory that my best friend's come up with.
Okay.
I don't agree with, but I just want to put it out there because she can't get through to you.
Okay.
Okay. So she thinks that it's Mark Furman.
Mark Furman did it? Did he leave a glove?
Well, yeah, that's what I said. Well, maybe.
I wouldn't doubt it.
'cause,
I wouldn't doubt it.
Chris McDonough found a glove, didn't he?
Chris McDonough, I don't know. Is he at the cousin of Mark Furman now? What was
I
the
don't
glove
know what
that
the hell.
he found? Chris McDonough found one in Idaho, right?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He found the one in the OJ.
Yeah, but
thing,
they
too.
never said. Yeah, but Chris McDonough found the one in Idaho.
Right.
They've never said that glove is connected to this, though.
Right. No, I haven't heard anything more about it.
Yeah, I don't think that glove has anything to do.
I don't
That's just
agree with all that.
That's like if you found a shoe, and you know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? It was a shoe.
Yeah.
It might not be just a random.
No, I
ass
don't
shoe.
agree with her at all. But she thinks, you're probably too young to remember back with the OJ trial.
I remember
And,
the OJ
I mean,
trial when he, Mark Furman, they say he planted the glove and he was the racist cop that was trying to railroad OJ.
Yeah.
And if the glove don't fit, you must have quit. Gone Girl, thank you
Yep.
for the super sticker, Gone Girl. That's awesome. I mean, it's good
Yeah,
to see
yeah.
you.
But anyway, so see, he's moved to Idaho now. She thinks that he's the one that killed Nicole Brown Simpson from the OJ trial.
Oh no, OJ
because he
did
was-
that.
he-
OJ guilty as hell on
Yeah,
that.
I
Everybody knows
completely
OJ
believe
guilty.
OJ. Yeah, OJ did it.
She doesn't. But anyway, she says that he's just a racist and that he was jealous that she was with the blonde.
So
and
he's
he
like a
killed
racist white
her.
person said, "Let me go in here and kill these white people because I'm racist."
Yeah, yeah.
I hate white people. Kill. Nah, that's crazy. Mark Furman ain't the killer. He's like a CNN analyst now. He got good money. He's living large.
Well, he's in Idaho, so she thinks he's gone down after these blondes and done this. So I haven't
Think
heard
about
anybody
if you were
else
Mark Furman and you got that badass rep for planting some evidence you didn't plant. They made Mark Furman look like such a bad guy, and he didn't do nothing but be a cop. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He can't help OJ's a killer, right? They turned that shit up. I thought Mark Furman, by the end of it, I didn't know who was on trial. I was like...
it was bad.
Yeah, they turned it all on the police.
Prosecuting attorney, though.
That just shows you money can get you out of murder.
Yeah. But, they did let him hang himself, though, because...
But our justice system is so flawed. It is so flawed. If that didn't show you the justice system is flawed, where you can chop a person's head off and not go to jail, then I don't know what shows you the justice system is broken. Right? Something's broken.
Yeah. Well, anyway, I promised her I was going to try to get through to you because I've never heard anybody else say this, and that she absolutely believes it's Mark Furman.
Mark
Furman. And I'm like, you're crazy.
He's my number one suspect now. Okay.
I don't think so.
Okay. If the glove don't fit, Mark Furman did it.
Right.
All right. All right. Peace.
Thank you.
Peace.
Bye.
All right, guys. You heard it. New suspect in the case. IDAHO4. Mark Furman. Okay. He was there at the OJ. He's in Idaho. Hey, it's just as good as any other theory I've heard. Mark Furman did it.
Hey, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to do that.
Okay.
I see you. Peace. Bye.
All right, peace. All right, you call back. All right, so if the glove don't fit, you must have quit. Now, I believe whoever walked in there, how do you leave covered in blood? Completely covered in blood. You stabbed 4 people brutally. You would have blood all over you. How do you walk out that house not covered in blood? Okay? OJ did it. Was OJ in Idaho? Just sounds like some OJ stuff. Where was... Somebody check immediately and find out where OJ was at, okay? We need to know. This might be important. Dolly!
Hey, Dolly, what's up?
Another day in paradise. YouTube paradise.
Yeah, I gotcha. Hey, I just want to say I'm just sitting back chilling and watching on my TV, and I seen Bullhorn Betty posted she's waiting on her blinged out bullhorn.
The blinged out bullhorn. I know. I got to get to work on that.
I know.
First, I got to get the bullhorn. Then I get the bullhorn blinged out. Okay?
Yeah.
So we're going to get her some... Do you know who the Mouth of the South is?
The Mouth of the South? No.
The Mouth of the South, Jimmy Hart?
No.
Okay. Anybody in the chat room know who Jimmy Hart is? Press 1. Okay, well, he was a wrestling promoter that used to carry...
Oh, okay.
He used to carry around a bullhorn.
Yes.
He was, for a little while, he was the manager of Hulk Hogan. Okay?
Yep, Hulk Hogan. Okay, I gotcha.
You know who I'm talking about? The little guy that ran around with the bullhorn?
Yeah.
And he always had the bullhorns. They were blinged out. I told Betty that's what she needed, so I was going to get her a blinged out bullhorn. Because she got a little tiny bullhorn. She needs one of the real deal bullhorns.
Absolutely.
See, there's a lot of people here who know who the Mouth of the South is. So she needs one like Jimmy Hart. Okay? So we're going to work on getting her one like the Mouth of the South, Jimmy Hart.
Awesome. But yeah, I just sitting back here chilling, watching it, and seen a couple posts, and she said she was waiting on her blinged out bullhorn, and
yeah, we're gonna get her one that's a little bit bigger that might have her little logos and stuff on it. You know what I'm saying? Something of that nature. I gotta get the bullhorn first, but I'll get that off Amazon.
All right.
Then it's a matter of getting it wrapped and blinged out.
I just want to say you're awesome. Keep doing what you're doing. I love listening to you. sitting back up here in Indiana, just listening to everything going on. You keep it up.
All right. Peace.
Peace.
Dolly.
Hi, Dolly. It's me, Jazz.
Hey, Jazz.
I'm just checking in on Angela.
On Angela D?
Yeah.
I haven't heard from Angela D.
Oh.
So
Okay.
I've seen she's been active online. I just been giving her some time. So I know she said she had a long road to recovery, so I haven't spoke with her. But it's about time that I send her a message.
It's almost time, yeah. Remember, because I had 3 strokes in June. I had to learn to walk and all that good stuff and talk. And so I understand where she's at and where she's coming from.
Yeah.
It's rough.
Yeah,
But
and
I've
she
been
was
praying
in the chat room one night. She came in for a little while.
Oh, poop. I missed her then.
Yeah, she came in for one night, and I ain't positive. It was a crazy night that she came in. The chat room was moving like 1,000 miles an hour. So I'm not positive if she's still in the hospital recovering or if she's at home recovering yet. So, but I know she's recovering. So just keep praying for her, and I'm sure she's a trooper. So I'm sure she's going to pull through
I
it.
will just keep praying, yeah. And I don't know if my phone number popped up, but you can give it to her if she can give me a holler.
Yeah,
If
you would
she-
have to send
know.
it to me because I don't keep any of the numbers that call in. Like when you
Okay.
call the phone line, I don't keep your number. I don't know your numbers by heart. It don't come up when you call in. I don't keep any. There's a million numbers. Like if I looked at them, I wouldn't know whose number is whose.
Right. Gotcha. Okay.
All right.
Give her my love, and I'll keep praying for her.
Okay. Peace.
Love to you too. Bye.
Later.
Peace.
Yeah, Angela D, she had some medical issues. That's why we changed the way we were ordering things up. It's because Angela D handles all the order forms, and she had a stroke and was in the hospital for a little while. From last I talked to her, she's okay. She's recovering. So prayers for her, and when she's better, she'll be back. Dolly. What's up, Beachy?
How you doing, man?
You know, not a day, not a dollar on the YouTube streets.
Well, right on.
Hanging out.
All right.
You know.
My theory is not going to be popular.
Oh, Lord.
Oh, Lord.
Okay,
I'll
the
figure
mailman
it
did
out.
it. The mailman. You going with the mailman.
Oh, that's a totally different scenario.
Thank you. One more member. Thank you for being a member, too.
Right on. Yeah, I was a member. I don't know if I am right now.
No, I wasn't talking to you. I was talking to the person that just renewed their membership.
Gotcha. Right on. Yeah, subscribe, hit the like.
But you
Don't
too,
remember.
BT. You too. Thank you for being a
Yeah,
member and being here with us.
Right on. Yeah, I've been listening for a while now. I listen to everybody's stuff. Yeah, I'm not going to be popular, you know? I mean, what?
Frank
what
got a
roommate
question.
would-
Frank, I'll answer your question in a second. Go ahead,
Frank?
BT.
All right, so what kind of roommates wait 3, 4, 5 hours to call the cops? And the scenario of the story of the
Bad
surviving
ones. Bad roommates.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know. Not the best roommates, I would say. Not the
There's
best
more-
roommates.
Yeah, let me fire this up. Their stories don't make quite sense.
And
They could go
Shannon,
back-
I'm glad you got your soap.
Yeah, we do like Dolly soap.
Dolly soap, the best. You can still get it. All you have to do is Cash App $14 to Venmo, Cash App, or PayPal. Screenshot it.
Yep.
And send that to the. No, it ain't the. It's just
in
best
the
soap
game.
in the game. Include your screenshot, name, and address, and what you paid for. And I'll ship it out to you. All right, go ahead, BT.
Right on. Now, you got to make a olive oil and a lava rock soap. That would be good.
I got a new product coming. That's going to
Yeah?
change the world.
Charcoal kind of soap with olive oil and all kinds of good stuff.
Hey,
but anyway.
I got a new product coming that's going to change the world. It
Yeah?
ain't- and
The
it's
whole
not
world?
soap. The whole world.
Not soap?
It's not soap.
Something that the world needs is soap. That's just, it's like TP. Everybody needs it.
Yeah.
Or should. Okay, so back to the unpopular theory here.
The roommate story don't make any sense. And how does
Misfit?
Like
Misfit. We're gonna make sure there was some stuff that went out. So I know your stuff went. I'm sorry to keep cutting you off, BG. Misfit. We're gonna make sure your stuff gets to you. I got your email today too, so don't worry.
No fretting. It's coming.
Yep.
Don't fret. Don't fret. Okay, so if we go back to the beginning of the story with the roommates stuff, which we really don't know a whole lot about their story, other than that they called their friends over instead of 911. Who the hell does that? And when the friends show up, they still didn't call 911.
Yeah, it's weird.
The story is bizarre from the roommates. And now I know it's not a popular theory that possibly they are, survivors and victims of this whole thing themselves, but maybe possibly not. Maybe possibly, who knows what happened before, last semester ended or whatever, in that house when they all lived there together or whatnot. I don't know. Maybe they weren't as good of friends as they let on to in media. So it's just suspicious to me how the roommates are, they cleaned up. They did stuff to that crime scene. They contaminated that crime scene for sure.
People going in that house.
This is, and I remember last time I talked to him, like, I don't know, man, I don't know. So I've had time to think about it. And this is where I'm going. My brain is going too, because there's too many weird, and like I said, we don't know a lot of their story, which I really wish that we would know a little bit more from law enforcement on this.
Yeah, they just cleared them pretty much instantly. They were like, they don't have nothing to do with it. And that's like, I don't know.
The being cleared thing kind of cleared whatever in parentheses, who knows who's cleared or who's not cleared, because it seems like these cops are like, the ones that kind of bumble around each other, in a circle, you know what I'm saying? It doesn't seem like on the outside. I don't live there. I'm looking in from the outside.
Strawberry Kisses might be right. I don't know what I would do if I walked in and seen. I don't know if I'd faint. I would probably run and call the police. I don't know if I'd faint. My blood makes me squirmish.
The
other people's blood don't.
You call 911. You go see somebody on the floor. You go to see their partner. How could they not see the gruesome scene? How could they not? If it was that bad, according to the coroner and the statement that coroner gave real early, that lady and stuff, it had to be a gruesome scene. So how could they not see that gruesome scene if they find somebody passed out? Even if somebody walks out and passes
Their
out,
story, I ain't going to argue with you. Their story is strange. It's strange.
Doesn't make.
Some people are saying they seen the door open at 8:30 in the morning. And then, you get the roommate up, and you got a roommate faints. Apparently, they seen the blood or whatever. And faint.
But that could be bullshit, too, for being on 911.
Okay, so...
Oh, my God. They didn't call 911.
So the other roommate comes out and don't know the reason that person faints.
Right. But don't you think they're going to go find their phone, go find their roommate, say, hey, I need help with my friend, instead of calling their friends from down the street to come over? Come on, man.
We are 100% a fact that they called the other people over. I did hear that.
Yeah,
they called the campus dudes from across the street.
And I understand. People do faint at blood and faint because of stress and faint for all kinds of reasons. I get that, people. I see this chat.
Yeah, I agree they would freak out and not know what to do. I freaked out yesterday, and I'm a grown-ass man and didn't know what to do. With just my daughter being in that stuff, so I get that they would freak.
All night. I was worried about it. We was all worried sick about you last night, man.
Well, I posted on my Facebook that Tiff was safe and everything was good, so...
Yeah, I looked on YouTube all night to check in with you, man. I didn't see anything.
Yeah, I wasn't on last night.
No, I know you weren't, but so I waited till I heard from Bullhorn Betty. Let us know this morning everything is cool.
Yeah, I had posted on my Facebook shortly after. Once she had got out and she told me she was out of the building and away from the scene, I posted it on my Facebook. So. Yeah,
right on. Yeah, I figured I would hear the worst things more than the better things. So I figured everything was cool. So I'm glad of that. But yeah, no, it's not a popular opinion, I don't think, because we really haven't dug into it too much, anybody. Because, we give these people time to grieve and time to be a survivor or a victim or whatever they are, you know, because we don't know. They could be the masterminds. Who knows?
Yeah.
You know, I mean, with them, on my count of 3, dude, you know, 1, 2, 3. Just saying.
All right, there, BT. You look, you be good. And
Right on,
I
man.
don't know. You might, in the end, whether it comes out you right, I'm going to be like, BT Psychic.
All right, you send me a shirt that says BT Psychic.
Okay. I'll hit you
No,
up.
I want to say Dolly Psychic.
Dolly Psychic. You'll be the psychic
You
from then on if you right. Somebody's
Well,
right. I know that.
Somebody's really wrong.
Yeah, there's a lot of people wrong and somebody's right. That's you know, that's just the way it is. All right, you be
And
good.
that's not even a point. Being right and wrong. I don't even want to have to be talking about this kind of shit. Wow, what a world we're living in, man.
Yeah. All right, BT.
Everybody, be safe. You be safe. Tell your daughter I'm glad she's good, Tiff. And y'all in chat, be cool now. I didn't mean any disrespect to nobody. It's all good. Love ya. Love y'all, Turtle Gang.
Turtle
Gang.
Peace.
Turtle.
Okay, in the Leilani stuff, I'm thinking this, right? Right now, they're setting up Leilani's defense because, you know, she's in jail. She's charged with the murder. Hold on, Dave. Stop calling the phone. I'm trying to talk. Matter of fact, let me close that phone line. So, far as Leilani goes, they're going to set up the defense. They were already starting to set it up a little bit with Billy Joe, that she's crazy, she's in the hospital, or things like that, right? So, I think Leilani is going to go with the whole crazy, I'm crazy. And honestly, I think she is a little crazy. To do something like what she did, you have to be, she's crazy. She is the most emotionless person other than anger that I think I've ever seen. You're really, when you're around Leilani, you in the presence of coldness. It's like, I don't even know how to really describe it. Like when I was just sitting there, and I mean, I knew in my mind what she had done. I didn't need the police to, you know, I knew she did it. I'm just like, I knew that when I was there. And I don't know. I don't know if she needs, like, she don't not need to be in prison. She can get the mental help she needs while she's in prison, is what I think. Welcome to the murder crew. What is that? Michelle? Did I say that right? Michelle? Welcome to the murder crew. I'm probably murdering your name, but welcome to the murder your name crew, okay? But I'm thinking she's going to go in there and she is going to play the crazy defense, right? Or she could go in there and play the accidental defense. But I think they're setting it up for her to play the crazy defense, Leilani. I don't believe they're going to go in there and say this baby accidentally died. I think they're just going to say Leilani's crazy. Something happened. She don't remember it. She was on drugs. Or something that she's out of her tweaked her mind out, right? She'll go in there all zombied. Like, even when they were arresting her, she was cold. Did you see the video where they were walking her up into the jail? That's how she is when she ain't going to jail. She looked exactly the same. In her picture, in her mugshot, she looks exactly the same when you talk to her. The same demeanor, same coldness. Like it's nothing. Like it's nothing. Like, she threw that baby away like it was a piece of trash. That's how she felt about that baby. That's how she felt about the baby. She felt like that baby was a piece of trash. And that's why she had no emotion towards it. Right? Would you want her to be sad over? Would you be sad over a piece of trash? Imagine in your mind, that's a piece of trash to you. How sad are you going to be over a piece of trash? That's how Leilani was about her child. That is crazy. Right? She is tweaked in her mind. She is 100% tweaked in her mind. I don't know if it's you need to go to a crazy hospital tweak. I think they got psychologists in prison. Okay, there's people in prison that help you with your mental problems. There's all kind of crazy mental people in jail. Okay? But, you know, some people think mental people don't deserve to be in jail. But when you murder people, you deserve to be in jail. Okay? Other mental people, you probably need some help. Get your medicines right. Get your mind right. You know what I'm saying? Mental health issues are real big. It's real. There's people out there that, under the right care, they're good. Under the wrong care, they're tweaked out their minds. Okay? Them people need to be in hospitals. Criminals that murder people, rape, do horrific crimes, I don't care how crazy you are. You get your help in the penitentiary. Okay? Letting people out because, oh, I can't stand trial. We just seen that with, Sarah Wandra with the Michael Vaughan case. Lady so tweaked out her mind, she can't even stand trial right now. She don't understand what's going on. Like, you don't understand that you're saying your husband's killed a baby? You don't understand that. Right? So, people play these crazy roles, and you heard the Brandon dude, the Sherfley, or whatever the hell his name is. Now, I know authorities have spoke with him. He said that this girl was coming on to him, that she used the Bible as kind of like a crutch and things like that. So she seems like a con. She seems like, I don't think she's crazy. Okay? Everybody's crazy when it plays to their benefit. I think these people are playing crazy. Are they a little crazy? Yes. Are they ramping it up as a defense? Yes. Okay? You're good enough to go take the life of a child, but then you can't stand in court and answer a question? I don't get it. I just don't get it. I pray they can prove she did it too. I pray they can prove she did it. I just on a legal aspect, I mean, that's her two defenses. She's either going to play crazy, 100, no, don't know what happened, I don't know, my mind, you know what I'm saying? I be hearing, she's going to play crazy, or she's going to go with that baby accidentally drowned in the bathtub and she disposed of the baby. She'll eat the lesser charges and plead out. I think that's what's going to happen. I mean, that's why they hit you with such heavy charges, and then she's going to take a charge below that and take some time in prison. Drugs will blame. They'll spin the crazy. A con is a con. They play the system. They know how to do it. She is evil, not crazy, just a thought. I agree. I don't think she's crazy to the point of she shouldn't be prosecuted. Okay? I'm just saying Leilani has some mental health issues. She really does. 100. That ain't no... I ain't even a psychiatrist, and I can tell you, hey, you really need to get some help mentally. I mean, ain't nothing wrong with that. You know what I'm saying? If you having some issues in your head, go get some help, right? Sometimes people go through shit, right? But she definitely has something going on in her mind, okay? Like I said, I don't have a degree in it, and it don't take an expert to say, hey, girl, you're fucked up a little bit, okay? I mean, I'd hate to say it any other way. I'm sorry about the F-bomb, but hey, it is what it is, you know? If she goes this crazy route, I don't think she's that crazy enough that she can't stand trial. The only real defense Leilani, I think, has is this baby accidentally died and she covered it up. And she's going to have to confess to something of that nature. And she'll take the time for, disposing of the body. That'll do away a lot of because if she goes in there and says, I killed this baby, and of course she's going to say the baby accidentally died. Who's going to walk into court, crazy or not, even Leilani, and go, that baby. But the whole thing is, she sat out there and lied, and we got to see that on the internet. We got to see her go, I didn't do nothing to my baby, blah, blah, blah. So now when she comes in there and says this baby accidentally died, then we know that Leilani sign is legit because she's lying, right? She didn't care. She don't care now, okay? I don't think you guys get it. I don't think this girl gives a damn that she's in jail. I don't think she gives a damn at all. She is tweaked out her fucking mind, all right? She is out there. And I don't really think she cares. I don't think she cares about that baby. I don't think she cares about any of it. All right. I don't know why. I just don't. Just from that little interaction with Leilani, and you just look at the mugshot. She don't care. She had that same look on her face when I talked to her. Just empty, cold. She's where she belongs. Bad thing is I might be next to her. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to be talking to her through the toilets. Leilani! I'm in cell C4! You know what I'm saying? Flush the toilet. Send me a kite! Okay? Because they done got me locked up down there in Georgia. Because the damn Chief Hadley had enough evidence to lock her up and didn't. So had me down in there. Now I'm going to jail. You know what I'm saying? For being outraged at a bullhorn. So we might be sellies. She might be on a different side of the jail. But I might be sitting my ass up in there with her. Which ain't good. All right, I'm going to have to get me a lawyer here soon. Since I find out my court date, I'm going to have to start contacting some lawyers and be like, yo, they trying to get me. They're trying to lock Dolly up with Leilani. Okay? I ain't trying to be Leilani's neighbor. All right? I was just trying to visit. I ain't trying to move down there with her. Okay? Be like, hey, we got the same address now, Leilani. I can't even write you because can't send an inmate another letter. Right? So I had to pass that shit through canteen or like commissary or something. I don't even know how I'm going to note to her, but I'd be like, yo, I guess we talking through the toilets, girl. You know what I'm saying? This is a romance meant to happen. I'm just playing. Hopefully I'm just playing. If not, this shit's the truest shit I ever said. Don't say that, Dolly. Hey, you never know. You just never know. All right? I'm just wondering if the bullhorn you assaulted, Dolly, will show up. You never know. I'm thinking it will. But, in defense, I have childhood trauma from bullhorns. I was beat with a bullhorn as a child. So when she pulled out that bullhorn, I had a flashback and I just reacted. I apologize to Savannah for my actions, But it is what it is. I didn't hurt nobody. I didn't intend to hurt nobody. But the bullhorn. I still think CPS should charge Billy Joel with neglect. Pebbles, I 157% agree with you. Okay? That they should charge her. She had custody of them kids, and especially if Leilani plays crazy, so you left your kids in the hands of a crazy lady. It goes into that. I do believe she will be charged with something. She ain't never getting none of them other kids back either. I can tell you that. I don't see that happening. And now Cher's done abandoned her, right? That just shows you got con, Billy Joe. Remember, I told her too. I said, Dolly's the only one that won't lie to you. I got no reason to lie to you. I tried to tell her that Cher was like that. I was like, yo, you give her any dirt, she's going to tell it on you. She's going to turn on you. She really ain't your friend. She did all that to get some views, right? Sided with a baby killer and all kinds of crazy shit for a couple YouTube views. Is it really worth all that for a view? Right? Because after a while, like you get so many views and numbers, like who cares? Right? I'm sure Cher has millions of views. Why does she have to do things like that to get a view? You can get views other ways. You could talk shit about me and get a bunch of views, right? Why would you defend the baby killer or something of that nature? I never got that. And I guess it's just part of the hustle, right? And I can't knock nobody for the hustle, so I ain't mad at Cher, right? Because she's a hustler, right? Because that's all that was. She just hustled her way into the family because she knew YouTubers were against the family. So if you go on their side, of course, the family's going to reach out to you, not us. But she knew that. She knew that going into it. So she played that. Right? Would she had an easy in with the family if me and Betty wasn't down there? No, she wouldn't have. We created the easy in for the opposition. Okay? We did. We opened them doors for them to build that. You know what I'm saying? Or they couldn't have. Because, of course, they're not going to side with us. So they're only going to side with people that are taking up for them. Right? But as a YouTube creator, you just took up for some terrible shit to get a view and a click. And everybody's seen that. So they all know, hey, this is what you are about. Right? And I don't think that's a good look. I don't think it's a good look at all. And once I knew it was over, I knew their little relationship, that little bromance they had was coming to a wind down, right? And I know Billy Joe be watching, all them dudes be watching me still. I knew that little bromance was coming to a wind down when Billy Joe created that YouTube channel. I knew it right then. I was like, okay, Share ain't going to be able to exploit her as much. If people want to donate, it ain't going to have to go through Share. They ain't going to hit her with some old BK shit, send the money to me and I'll send it to her shit. That's how they con you. That's how they get you, right? And they were running the same hustle. These people run the same little hustle game all the time, okay? But they think they slick, right? But it's the same shit every time. It's just the way it is. This is the way the YouTube game is played. And she got sucked right into that. She don't know, right? She's not a YouTube person. She don't know that everybody on the internet is just taking advantage of her. She don't know that. She don't know these people she thinks are her friends. They ain't your friends, right? You don't have no friends. That's the truth. And Dolly would have told her. None of these people are your friends. I'm not your friend. Cher's not your friend. None of these people they ain't your friends. Nobody's your friend. Okay? They're taking your side because they want a view. They want to click. Right? Nobody in their right mind is going to defend a baby killer unless they have a reason to. Okay? Well, if I have her on my channel, everybody's going to come over here and watch her. You don't think that lady knew that? You don't think she knew that? She did. She sat there and hustled everybody. That's my belief in it. You know? It was just a hustle. And when something happens again, she's going to try to butter up to him. Just like right after that, same lady trying to get up with Brandy from Michael Vaughan. Okay, trying to connect her and Billy Joe together from some weird bromance, weird shit. Okay, I don't know where these YouTubers come from that be doing weirdo stuff like this, but you ain't going to see them too many times that I'm defending baby killers. Okay? I just ain't. You ain't going to see me protesting no more either, because that shit ain't about me. And I don't even really count myself as a protester, but no more protesting for Dolly. My protesting days are done. Okay? Searching, sleuthing. That's Dolly. Protesting, we leave that to Betty. She a professional. She handled that shit. She's way better at it than me. I go to jail. I'm too emotional, right? So, I'm done with my protesting days. It was one and done, but it was a good one, I had to say. If you had to pick one to do, that was a good one, okay? My whole career. It was my beginning of my career and the end of my protesting career, okay? It ended with me, of course, going to jail. The way it should. You know, and I'm done. I'm retired. You know what I'm saying? So, I'm official, you know. I'm a bona fide, retired, ex-protester, I guess. Okay? Yep, just like Don and Candace. I mean, she played them too. You know, people out here, it's terrible. Somebody should write a book about the foul, dirty things that some of these people do. I shake my head to it sometimes. Sometimes I can't even believe it. I'm like, I mean, I know there's some shit amazes me still to this day. I thought I've seen it all. Sometimes I get on YouTube and I still shake my head like, I can't believe that. You know? It just is what it is. It's the whole YouTube underworld. I'll never forget baby Quentin. I hope he's at peace. I hope he's at peace too, and I'm sure he is. When they found him, I think that's when the peace started. And look, in all fairness, Chief Hatley, you could see that tore him up. Right? When they did find him, that tore that dude up. You could see it. I thought his emotions were real, you know, and I know he cared. And I know the state of Savannah cared. So I feel like when I go to court, they're going to care. Because I cared. Okay? Let's hope everybody cared. That's the important thing. And yeah, he won't be forgotten. You know, I have a sign right here I got in my studio. It says, Leilani, will you marry me? I kept it as a souvenir. So it's going to be hard for me to forget baby Quentin when I walk in the studio and there's a sign that says, Leilani, will you marry me? But, you know, it was a joke. It's funny. And it was just something that I took from it that I'm going to keep, you know, as a souvenir. So it's going to be really hard for me to forget that little boy, you know. And I'm a man of my word. I am going to write Leilani, you know. Just, I ain't write her nothing crazy. Just, you know, should have chose a different path in life, and there was better ways of solving your problems. You know, if you felt this child was a problem to you, you could have went and gave him to somebody. You could have had him adopted out. You could have let him go with his father. You know what I'm saying? There's other things. I don't know where this hatred built, you know, but she's going to have to deal with that. You know, even if she did, one day this girl's going to come back out into society. I don't really see that. If she's convicted of that murder charge, though, she does face life. But like I said, I believe she's going to plea out to something less and say this baby accidentally died and she covered up the accidental death of this child. I believe that's her only play right now left. Okay? Anything else, if she tries to play crazy, I don't think that's going to work because of all the interaction and even the internet stuff. You know what I'm saying? I just don't think she's going to be able to come off as crazy because I've asked her questions. She clearly could answer your questions. Clearly. All right? I asked her, did Danny ever put his hands on the kids? And she said, yeah. Leilani was ready to throw Danny under the bus. She was ready. You know? Why? I don't know. Take the blame off herself. You know, Danny was the only one that was quiet. Smartest one out of all the murder cases so far. He shut the hell up. Smart guy. Because we would eventually been looking for him. You know what I'm saying? So he did the right thing. And I believe that he is going to be used as a witness. Okay, and that's why he shut up. He knows a lot. He might not know what happened or how, you know what I'm saying? But he knows what was going on prior to that. Let's just say he don't know that she killed the baby because he had left. But he knows what was going on prior. He knows she was beating on him. You know, he knows all these things. So that still can be used against her in court. You know, hey, I've watched it. I've watched Leilani, you know, but that I'm thinking that's why they let him roll out so easily in the very beginning is because he cooperated and said, look, you know, I'll tell you what I know. So, and I believe they initially had their suspicions because of Danny telling. That's what I think. I don't know that for certain, but that's just a thought. But anyway, I'm going to get ready to get up out of here because I am going to be back with y'all later tonight. I got a few things around the studio that I need to work on. There's a couple new orders that came in tonight that I want to get out for you guys. And like I said, you can still order Dolly Soap, okay? We have Christmas Wish, Raspberry Lemonade left, and I believe Captain Crunch. They're $14 a bar. You can pay through Cash App, Venmo, or PayPal. And when you do that, you send an email, bestsoapinthegame@gmail.com. Include a screenshot of your payment, your name and address, and what you ordered, and I will get it shipped out to you. Okay? So if you get it in soon, you probably can still get it before Christmas. Dolly Soaps make great Christmas stocking stuffers. And thank you guys, everybody that's been ordering. I sold out right now almost every custom hoodie I had. Okay, they all have shipped. I still have a couple double X's. Okay, I think 2 X's and a medium, I think. So if you're them sizes, I still have a couple hoodies available. I'm going to order more hoodies, but a lot of you guys got them Dolly Victim hoodies. They sold out. My whole stock of hoodies sold out pretty quick. So thank you guys so much. That is super awesome of you. And I will be back later tonight, and there's some things I want to do to help a family. So there's this family in need. Okay, so I'm thinking about reaching out to them tonight. I don't know exactly because I think I'm going to be back later. But anyway, I'll share some information with you guys about this little family in need, and I want to do a little bit to help them out. All right, and I'm going to share that with y'all when I get back later tonight. You guys be good. I love each and every one of you. If you ain't got your turtle shell yet and you running around here a naked turtle, get you a damn turtle shell. That keeps Dolly alive, keeps the lights on, keeps the computer running, okay? So become a member, support the cause, and everything, like I said, we're still right on track to get on the road by like March, late Marchish, with a vehicle that can pull the trailer, ATV, everything we need for searching. So if anybody goes missing on the East Coast, Dolly is going to roll up and look for you. But the whole point is, hopefully, you don't go missing. All right. I'd much rather have the shit and not use it than have it and use it. But I do know people go missing, so we are going to end up using it. So, but stay safe, guys. Don't come up missing. Hug your loved ones. You never know, And like I always say, man, the boogeyman's real. Check under your bed. You just never know. And I'll see you guys later tonight. Probably, I don't know, let's say by midnight. Midnightish. I'll see y'all around midnight. All right? Peace.